Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
And stop cooking, everyone! If you could hear what was going on in this studio 10 seconds ago, Lucy towered above everyone else in terms of her voice and went 5, 4, and here we are. Good evening, welcome to the weekend, everyone. Yay! It's Friday, which is brilliant, and it's Gemstone Showcase. Is that for the whole weekend or is that just today? Just today. Oh, fantastic. Yes, it's Wirework weekend, isn't it? This weekend, of course, we have Her Royal Highness Rachel of Norris coming in tomorrow as well, don't we? Which is fantastic. My name's Derek. If we've never met before, hello, I would shake your hand, but it's a long way to Ochnagochta. I think that's where you are. Some of you are up there, aren't you? We have viewers in the Outer Hebrides. We have viewers in the US. We have viewers in France, in Germany, and everywhere. So, hello. Hola, buen vadu, new, whatever it is. Hello. It's a universal language, isn't it? Okay, so tonight we have got the Late Show crew. It's our cute little Late Show team. Let's go up into the gallery first, shall we? Let's see who's in there at the moment. It's Paul. Paul will be replaced by Mike in 15 minutes. He's on the master controller with all those knobs, knockers, dials and faders. And there is producer Phil, looking as bright. And you're in shorts today, Phil, aren't you, as well? Keep those legs under the desk, please. Thank you, where they belong. And down the tunnel of love, we might have floor manager Lucy. There she is. Give us a wave, Lucy. There she is, looking after us all and shouting 5, 4, 3, 2, shut up, 1. On the floor with me behind camera 2, 1 and 22. It's Emma Perry, everyone. There she is. And of course, the star of stars. I think she's all wired up and ready to go now, although who knows. It's naughty Laura Binding, everyone. Here she is. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
We haven't even spoken yet, have we?
I know, it's just been like...
We had a brief smooch when Deb was coming out and you were coming in, but are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Welcome to Friday. Hooray! What are we doing tonight?
Cabochons.
Oh, brilliant.
Cabochons and wire. We've got some lovely heavy gauges of wire. So, yeah, lovely kits.
Jolly good. Marvel House. Very, very good. Good to see you, as always. And good to see you as well. Now, listen, you're the most important part of the show. It's not about me, us, any of that. It's all about you. So get in touch tonight. I've got a good question for you tonight. Here's your text number. 60777. Start your message with JM Studio. Now, this is one I floated on Facebook earlier on my Facebook page on Derek Marks TV Presenter. The massively popular. There's all of 5 of us there now. I was asking earlier, what was the name that you gave to your first car and why? That's what I want to hear about from you tonight. We're going to start the show with something that we hardly ever do here at Jewellery Maker. I am going to show you a ring. A precious ring. I promised Phil I'd do that. I'm starting with a ring. Wait, we never start a show with a ring, Phil. I'm liking the idea of this. It's very cute, isn't it? Very cute. Very, very nice. Floral all the way around, but with a nice, smooth, solid band on the inside. I take it, young Philip, that it is 925 sterling silver. Let's see what size it is. I reckon it's probably about, yes, always the size I can't get over. I would say it's maybe an OP. Is it larger?
See if
It's a, oh, hang on, I'm going to give it to Laura Binding, and she will size it for me.
So size 9 is,
Size
is
9.
up from... So I tend to wear like an N to M on, N to O on this finger, and that fits nicely.
Oh, okay.
So...
Have you got a ring mandrel with you? Because I think it might be a little bit bigger.
But it is a little bit bigger, yeah, because it's quite comfortable.
Yeah.
It's about...
Is it about an O?
About an R to
Oh,
S.
R.
R to S.
R to
I have
S.
to work it out because it skips every year. It goes up in 2s on the alphabet on that.
Thank you very much, darling. So it's around about an R. That's pretty good.
R
Oh,
to
look,
S.
it fits me. Oh, I do. I do. I know I couldn't get it on just a minute ago. Maybe I've cooled down since then. I do get, whenever it gets hot, I do get big sausage fingers. So it must be cooling down in here.
Yeah.
Whenever I go for a long walk out in the hot,
Yeah,
I look down at my hands every now and again.
Isn't it?
And I think, oh my word, I've brought my own lunch with me. They do, they swell up that great big sausages. $9.95, I'm liking that. It's up, size 9 by the way. What did we say it was?
It's about an R.
About an
about
R.
R to S.
R to S, which is lovely. Very, very nice indeed. Grab it quickly while you can. That's pretty cool, isn't it? 2.3 grams of 925 sterling silver. Can you see it's a nice smooth band on the inside? I'm guessing you could embellish further, Laura Binding, if you wanted to. With your sterling wire, you could get it under the flowers and create something else, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could, but I think it's really pretty.
It is really cute, actually. It's very nice.
That. But you know, again, you could actually use it as a connector as well if you wanted.
You could.
Earring findings, that'd be really cute as earring hoops, and just pop a jump ring and a shepherd hook to them.
And a lot of people like to wear a ring just on a chain around the neck, don't they? Which is rather nice. That's beautiful. These are flying out, by the way. Please do check out your baskets, because we have such a small number. I never moan about baskets. As you know, I detest hearing those words. Check out your baskets. But with this one, we have so few available, and 3, 4, 5, 6 have already been allocated. I've got 8 left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in baskets. So the numbers just don't add up. Do you see what I mean? Tracy in Lancashire, my first car was a Mini, and it already had a name from the previous owner. The Mini was called Florrie. Oh, that's a nice name, isn't it? That could be one of those you know, trendy baby names, couldn't it? Florrie. Because they go through phases, don't they? Florrie. Does anyone know anybody called Florrie? Anyone? Florrie Lindley, there was in Coronation Street, long time ago, so my older friends tell me. Our first car was called Butt. It was an Austin A40, so called because as students, it was a word we used. Oh, okay, I thought that could have gone off in any direction, that, couldn't it? Thank you, Mary and Jerry, in Lincolnshire. It was called Butt, with 1 T. Debbie, we were all thinking it. Debbie in Northamptonshire says, evening Derek, Laura and the Fab Late Show team. My first car was called April. She was a bright orange Mini. Was called April because her reg began APR. Fantastic. So what was the name of your first car? Would you text in and let me know? I had a few. I had one from Jilly Susie Watsit, which I must read out on Facebook, actually. Last 2 of these now at £9.95. It's a ring. We've started a show with a ring. There you go, it's all gone. Can I show you some pendants that are coming up a little bit later in this hour? They're really sweet. Really sweet. Ready-made sterling silver little pendants. We've got 2 actually. One has gorgeous peridot, and we have an amethyst one as well. It's like a little tree of life. Isn't that beautiful? And I need 2 pairs of tweezers really. Look. They do one in amethyst as well. So we're going to do both of those in this hour. I know. How good is that? How much higher can you get, Derek? We've got a patchy gold pyrite for our must-have at 8 o'clock. What do you mean you've never heard of it? No, nor had I, until 4:30. So there you go. That'll be something new to us later. What shall we do next, Phil? How exciting. That's called like a teaser, isn't it, in the business, I do believe. Oh, this is nice. This is beautiful. Look at this. We've got the most beautiful bead chain. I refuse to call it what it says on the details. It's a bead chain. It's beautiful, and it's really, really finely diamond cut as well. It's got a 1.4mm gauge, and it is 30 inches in length with a connector at the end of it as well. That is super, super duper lovely. I love it. I love it. Okay, please make sure that you are early with this, because I think it's going to be one of those opportunities. I mean, look at the gram weight of sterling silver. Really, really good. Again, the average gauge of something like this, we usually go, or actually on TV, you usually see less than a 1mm gauge. This is going up at a 1.4, and you might think, so what? What's the difference? It really does make a difference when it comes to the sparkle and the shine of that sterling silver. I mean, oh, when you see those beads roll, they are just delicious. Look at that. It's like little paparazzi flashbulbs, isn't it? I've sold hundreds of thousands of chains like this in the past, and I know how popular they are because they're just... Oh, hang on, Phil. Just a moment. Sorry. Yeah, don't tell me that the price has come in. No, don't tell me. Do you know this is... Did you say this is over 4.5 grams? 4.6. Over 4.5 grams of 925 sterling silver, and you can see how bright, how beautiful, how twinkly that chain is as well. So naturally, as you're making conversation, great to have a long line chain. I don't know why it's $7.95. No one told me it was a clearance day. No one told me it was clearance. Josephine says, hi, when I met my hubby David in 1975, he had a Triumph Vitesse. Our first car in 1976 was a Mini called Little Big Feet, Reg LBF. See, that was a thing to do, wasn't it? You took the 3 letters or the 4 letters. I'm sure it was Ginny Susie Watson who had 4 letters in her car registration. I'll have a little look on my figment of your imagination. And she called hers something really, really novel. And it was all based on the letters that were on her number plate. And let me find it, because I had loads of these earlier. I want to know what your first car was called and why. So Ginny Susie Watson says, my first car was a Ford Fiesta, original A-Reg. Oh no, this is a different one, isn't it? But I'll read this one anyway. She called hers Chester because on the first day that she passed her driving test at 19, she drove from Middlesbrough to Chester. So she called it Chester. Now, someone else had an interesting one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So, yeah, no, it's a really, really, yeah, no, it's a good one, this one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, right. Lorraine on Facebook said camper van called Gloria Fanakapan Kennedy III because the letters in the reg were GFKT. That's a great name, isn't it? I'm not going to try and say it again, but it's a brilliant, brilliant name. What was yours? What was yours? What was yours, Paul? What was your first car? You've not named any of your cars. Paul? Phil. So you should give you've got a cute little blue car, haven't you? You should name your car. Call it Mike. Yeah, that would be a fitting legacy, because because you know Phil's leaving us, isn't he, next week? Leaving us, Laura.
I know.
How dare he? Mike, same as well. They're all going, aren't they?
Mike going as well?
Yeah, there'll only be us left before you know it. Yeah. That's
Filing our nails.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's hope the nail files are in the schedule tonight.
It'd be good if they were.
Have you ever named a car, Laura?
I've actually, my first car, I can't remember, it was a little yellow car, it was an old car, but yeah. I've only been driving for 3 years, but I've had a provisional driving licence for a very, very long time. Because I started having lessons when I was about 21. And we called it Taz, because I love the Tasmanian devil. So it was called Taz.
Nice. I've just heard that Mike's car's called Ralph. You're not changing that to Phil now?
Mike, you could have called it Bambi, that would be quite good.
Ralph. Why Ralph, Mike? Why Ralph? Oh, because it's a little KA car. Other cars are available.
What was yours called?
Do you know, I can't even remember what my first car was,
you started the conversation and you can't remember what
I had a moped first, and then I can't remember. My first car was a little red Seat Ibiza. And I just used to call it Reliable, because it was great. I don't know why I ever got it. I swapped it for a Jeep that was older, So I swapped a more valuable car for something, well, a more reliable car for something that was less reliable, older, and I still had to put some money towards it. And it's big end blew 7 days later. And once your big end's gone, that's it. That's it. 750 quid new engine. And that didn't last very long. Oh, I've got one of my contact lenses stuck to my mobile phone case. That's interesting. Anyway, let's do something Swarovski now, shall we? Da, 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 da. Oh, just one, is there, Phil? Yes. Oh, how sweet. How sweet is this? Look, it's a Swarovski Pave bead set with little ABs.
That's cute.
How cute is that? 4mm round. Now, let me just make sure. Has it got... Yes, it does have a drill hole. It's quite a diddy one, I have to say. It's probably a... I think it's probably a beading thread or a possibly a 0.4. Possibly, but only possibly. It's fairly minute. But if you get a few of those onto a bracelet, that would be rather nice, wouldn't it?
It's very similar to the very popular macrame bracelets that had a very big thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Those ones.
Those ones, very similar to
that. Friendship bracelets that started SH, £2.95. That's so cute because you can see that Pave setting is all the way round, and it's those beautiful sort of golden sunset aurora borealis beads, crystals that are set into it. I like it. That might. I just think that's very cute. I'd have that as a little good luck charm of some sort. Do you know what I mean? I like it. I like it very much. If you do, it's £2.95. Pop it in your basket, check it out, and off we jolly well go. That is sweet, actually, isn't it? Lots and lots of different colours. I'd get a few of those, actually.
the cute earrings.
Yeah, they would. Really nice. If you've got a little bit of swing and movement.
What you could do is get a length of chain
Yeah.
and sort of fold it in half and then just pop the actual bead in the centre of the two ends of the chain.
Yeah.
And then you get almost like a triangle, but with the bead at the bottom.
Yeah, with it swinging.
Yeah.
I can see it swinging right now. $2.95. Really cute. You could make a stud earring out of it as well, actually. It really would be seen. Do you know what I mean? At 4mm round, no need for a close-up, thank you. I did wash my ears this morning. Well, this morning? Yeah, vaguely this morning. Next. What are we doing next? Sorry. Clear quartz. Sorry. The words are going in, but they're not computing, Phil. Hi everyone, says Liz in Kent. My first car was a blue Renault 4 called Prudence. Her number plate was PRU, or the bacon car, because she leaned back round corners. Oh, I like it, Liz. See, a lot of thought goes into naming of cars, you see. What was your first car called? Or maybe the car that you've got now. What do you call it?
My car that I've got now is called, is named after a famous princess that freezes things and can't let things go.
Oh, I see.
Because she's white and she's described as frozen white as her colour.
Ah, what's her name?
Elsa.
Oh, we're allowed to say that, I think, aren't we? Other princesses, fictional princesses are available. Don't know. Sounds right. Okay, how about this then? Great big, huge nuggets of clear quartz. That's nice, isn't it? Really, really icy. Good time to bring up Ailsa, isn't it? Really nice. That's super glacial, actually, isn't it? Very nice. That'd be nice with, well, just about anything you like, really. It's funny, I was filming some fashion, depressingly, for autumn-winter already, because you film always seasons ahead, and you think, hang on a minute, hang on, just a little taste of summer, let alone autumn-winter. And I see lots of purples and lilacs coming through in autumn fashion, from what I've just seen, the range I've been filming. And lots of butterflies, lots of purples and lilacs and pinks, and actually clear stones like this really do kind of pop against colours like that.
They reflect the colour, don't they? And also, I just love it like that. I would literally maybe pop tiny little spacer beads in between them.
Yeah.
And just have that reach, because I like the fact that it's irregular. I like the different angles on it. I just think that looks really cool.
Yeah, it's really cute, isn't it? It just makes it a bit jaunty, doesn't it? A bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, if I've just popped those stones there, you'll see straight away, look at how they're illuminating across the room. Cute, isn't it? Very, very cute. Okay, Phil, listen, I know you're off, and margin means nothing now. $7.95, that's pretty good going, actually. You know what you could buy, you know you can buy in, rock and gem and bead kind of shops, you buy little single pieces, don't you? You're going to pay, you're going to pay £3 or £4 for one kind of nugget, aren't you? Oh, Derek, just switched on and my evening has just brightened up seeing you. I want to see you blush, says Francis. Thank you, Francis. Yeah, you wouldn't even notice, to be honest with you. It's several inches thick today, the makeup. It had to be. I've had so much makeup on my face today, it looks like an unmade bed underneath there. So I've decided to, slap on the layers today. I think I need a weekend of sleeping, and does putting cucumber slices over your eyes actually work?
I don't know. It freaks me out a little bit. So
Do you not like things over your eyes? Oh, it cools your eyes down. Does that make them less puffy, though?
You can get like little puffy eye mask thingies.
Oh, you used to be able to get those roller pen things, didn't you, with like a metal end that you could put under your eyes? Yeah, you can still get those, but you get like little masks that are like a little eye shape, like your. Or I could do what that very, very well-known president does, and just, well, I assume, because it always looks like a polar bear under there, doesn't it? I could just put a bit of white something underneath. That would open my eye a bit. Because I feel like I've got one eye open and one's sort of thinking about it but hasn't quite woken yet. $7.95. That's rather nice, isn't it? Grab that quickly. Next up, we have some white pearls. These are nice. Please don't call them potato, Phil. Oh, Laura, here we go again with these potatoes. Here's your old spud pearls. Beautiful, aren't they? They are gorgeous. I had a jacket potato yesterday. It's very, very nice, I have to say. Once every blue moon, just to show willing.
Like, if you get them and then take the inside out and put like soft cheese in it and mix it all back up and put it back into a potato and put it in the oven.
Well, that sounds good.
That's much.
Well, that was it. It was lunch at the studio. It was delivered.
Oh yeah, no, you're not going to get that.
It was a cheese and coleslaw. But this particular sandwich shop, and they are very, very good up in York, but they did rather pile the coleslaw in. It's like, it's like a cow chewing the cud. Freshwater pearls. Back on the subject, if you don't mind. Freshwater pearls, and lots of them. All completely and utterly natural, which is beautiful. Beautiful. What's up with your zoom, Leah? Has it given up? Oh. Leah's zoom has broken. Is it the zoom demand thing? The little lever. You've been flicking it too much. Yeah, told you, overworking it. Shirley says, evening all, I've had to come upstairs to watch as guess what's on downstairs. Antiques Roadshow? Catch Up Loose Women? Not windbag kicking. Oh, for heaven's sake. 4 weeks of it, Laura. I can't bear it. I honestly would do anything to avoid it. Tell me now you're a fan.
What did I say when I went into the office? I was like, what is this?
I know.
So, yeah,
I know.
Clearly
in the
office,
in the JM office.
We've lost them.
Where, of course, we're meant to be monitoring the output to make sure everything's on air smoothly. They're all watching the windbag kicking to watch someone play someone else. $7.95. It's all the friendlies at the moment, apparently, isn't it?
It's what?
It's all the friendlies at the moment, isn't it, apparently? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care either. I don't even know why I said it.
I didn't even realise it started till I came here.
I know. Roll on Wimbledon, I say. $7.95. Oh, how was game, set and match yesterday? Was it good fun, everyone? I'm talking to my friends at home. You all enjoy it? It was purple and green, I think, was it yesterday? For game, set and match? I didn't have a chance to look in, actually, because I was filming elsewhere and then sleeping. Oh, I could sleep forever at the moment. £7.95. More than 3 days work in a week, and that's it. I'm finished at my age. I'm getting too old for this, Laura. Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
That's lovely. Laura's making a lovely piece at the moment. Beautiful. Yeah, 4 weeks of all this stuff going on.
Is it 4 weeks?
4 weeks. Oh, can't bear it. Oh, well, never mind. Good job that actually this year, there's so much technology around, isn't there, that you can just disappear, and, you know, if you've got Wi-Fi on your smartphone, you can disappear upstairs and just watch it on your smartphone or your tablet or whatever. It's very good. And now, excuse me, and now, we're on those, aren't we still on those internet TVs? I've seen that promo with Zena. If you've got an internet TV,
you press the red button, don't you?
Yeah, you can still watch Jewellery Maker on that, can't you?
Or on the app, or on the internet.
Yeah.
So I'll just go into my studio, I think.
Yeah.
Plus
Just disappear.
that's happening.
Oh, was it filmed at your house, Leah? Oh, was it? Oh, very nice. We'll have to watch that later, just so we can look out for Leah's surroundings, see what we think. Critique her furniture. Have a look at her curtains. Right. Okay. Yes. Lovely. Do you have curtains? Yeah. Yeah. What colour? What colour curtains? Well, we'll go and have a look at them. Can you put the promo in the break, Mike, for 7 o'clock? And we'll look. We'll see if we can see Leah's curtains. Right. In the meantime, we've got pink amethyst. Oh, have they? Oh, they've got birds on them. Very nice. Look at that. Look. Look at that. Oh, bless you, Mike. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Now, the pink amethyst, we must have had a recent parcel, because we're getting a lot of strands of pink amethyst through at the moment, and it is delicious. So if you love the Rose de France amethyst that you see elsewhere, this is very much up your Straza. Let me tell you. Beautiful. The clarity in these beads as well, beautiful. And you have got, let's start there. 2, 4, 6, 8, wait. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. Go, Phil. Just over 40. Just over 40 of these available. £10 and 95 pence, everyone. What was your first car called? Maybe you had an old banger. Maybe you had something that, was never reliable. The door used to fall off. Whatever it was. Text in, let me know what your car was and what you called it, your very first one. 60777 and start your message JM Studio. We'll talk about that for a wee while. Or anything else you want to talk about, you can text in about anything you like. Evening all, first car was a blue tiger. It was called a Blue Avenger with fake tiger fur seat covers and tiger stickers on the bodywork. It sounds horrific, Julie. But trendy in the 80s. Weren't we all? Weren't we all?
Do you know, though, me and the kids have got a game thanks to my friend.
Yeah.
Now, whenever you see a Mini, you have to shout out Mini. Mini green, Mini, yeah.
Right.
And it drives you nuts. It makes a very long journey.
Yeah.
But it even happens when you're walking now. We saw one of a traditional Mini, like
the old
an actual
ones,
small Mini.
Yeah.
And we went Mini green, and my son went, that's not a Mini. It's like, mate, that's what an actual Mini was, and why it was called a Mini, because it's so tiny.
They are, because actually the new ones, although they do have similarities, when you see one of the old ones now, you forget what they actually used to look like. They were really tiny. I did have a Mini back in the day, actually. Jackie in North Yorkshire says, no windbag kicking in the house, Derek. It's banned. We both hate it. On another note, Redcar is sunny today. Do you know, I might be in Redcar at the weekend for a lemon top. Very nice. I
am quite lucky, because my husband, he's not really too bothered by the sort of that.
The windbag kicking.
Yeah, he likes it when England are playing.
Well, that's all right. I think that's allowed.
And he will watch England, but he's not like he's not having to take time off work to watch all the matches and things like that. So I am quite lucky in that respect.
I feel half ashamed of myself, and I only did it because I happened to be in the office this afternoon when we decided to have our where you pick the name out.
Sweep.
Yes, sweep, whatever it's called, thing. And I picked out. What did I get? Mexico. Oh, it's in my pocket, I think. I hope it's in my pocket, because I said I wouldn't lose it. I knew I'd lose it as soon as I got it, to be honest. Pink amethyst, £10.95 anyway. If you would like it, grab it quickly. Yes, I did. Here it is. Look, I've still got it. That's what I got. Is that good or bad? I really don't care either way, but I just thought I'd show you. No idea. No idea. Nice place to go on holiday though, isn't it? I believe. Mexico. See, I'm so not in with these things. I assumed, like the Eurovision, that whoever won the last one hosts the next one, but it doesn't work like that, does it? Doesn't work like that, apparently. So there you go. Because I was thinking, oh yeah, that would be nice. So if they do win, could go on that holiday. But not when that was on, obviously. You wouldn't want to be anywhere near. Imagine the hotel prices. No. Right, what should we do next? Yes, why not? Da, 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 da. Ah, these are cute. Actually, these would be very, very nice with... actually, let me see if I can... Sorry, Leah. That was my fault. I moved it, sorry. Sorry. Look at that. So you get 3 different colours. They're all cubic zirconia, and they're all in sterling silver. Let's just flip reverse so you can see the 925 on the back. There you go. So you've got a purple. Oh, lovely, like a purple diamond. You've got the pink, and you've got the clear. That's cute. Now, if these come in at a good, nice price for you, I mean, it should be about... it's Swarovski, it's difficult. Oh, is it Swarovski? No, it's not, it's cubic zirconia. So we pay a little bit less for cubic zirconia than we do Swarovski. But still, if you could do these under 20, Phil, I think 3 of those would be quite good, actually. Be rather nice. 4 grams of silver. Very good, aren't they? I mean, that looks like a beautiful pink sapphire, doesn't it? From, where's the place where we get all the lovely pink sapphires? Is it Sri Lanka? Madagascar? I can't remember now. Oh, it's gone. It dropped out. $12.95. See, that's good. What do you think, Laura? They're nice, aren't they?
I think they're really pretty. They were making me think of my first Mother's Day for Kayla. Kayla was is my oldest. Yeah. My husband bought me Swarovski, but like 3 little butterflies. They came in a set of 3, just like that, in that colourway. Yeah. You had the clear, you had the pink, and you had the purple. So that reminds me of that, and I think that's really sweet. So for me, that'd be a lovely sort of present to receive, because then I could wear them as I felt. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be lovely gift ideas, wouldn't they? Like sentimental gifts. Yeah, you could do mother and daughter gifts as well with that, couldn't you? Or bridesmaids or anything. Well, and 2 sets of those, and you've got 3 pairs of earrings, haven't you, as well? Because you can then do the match-up, can't you? And they're quite substantial. If I just put one up against my ear, they're not tiny, tiny. Do you know what I mean? They are quite substantial. Sorry, Leah. $12.95, and they're all yours. Fantastic. Welcome to your Friday Night Late Show. How are you? Let's do one of these, shall we? Just to cover it up, Phil. Is that what it was about? I see. Okay. Time for some connectors now. These are in sterling silver. These are wonderful. They always remind me of little wrapped sweets. Do you know what I mean? Little wrapped sweets. We haven't had these in 12 months, Phil tells me. And you've got 10 of these. 5mm round, both with a jewel connector on them. Actually, you could link those up with those butterflies, couldn't you, almost? Because you've got the same... Yeah, put them in the same piece as you put your little cubic zirconia butterflies, couldn't you? They're really nice big beads as well, actually, 5mm round, and you have 10 of them. This is good. I like this because this you could simply have some chain, have sections of 3, 4, 5 links, whatever the size of the chain is, whatever looks right for the design, and just create a gorgeous bracelet, couldn't you? You could use it in conjunction with that lovely beaded chain as well that we had at the top of the show.
the 30-incher. That would be rather nice. It is a nice combination, actually. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What would you use these for, Laura?
I like the thought of them, like you say, as drops, you know, add in a gemstone for a pair of earrings, just to, again, have that movement with those little, what was it, Pave?
Yes, yes.
One of those at the bottom, that would look really pretty.
Let's bring that in and add that to the equation for a second. Do you know what? Get these. Get them at $4.95. We've beaten the price that we did these for 12 months ago, and you know the price of everything has gone up since then. So take advantage. Phil has done a little bit of digging in the secret place only he knows. I hope you can tell one of us, but when you go, Phil, 'cause Phil's going next Wednesday, so we need to know where the magic keys are to the magic place. $4.95. I would multi-buy on these if I was you. I would definitely get a couple of sets. I mean, under £10, you can have 20 of these. You've got 3 grams of silver. Now, you know, again, it is really futile me keep saying this, I know, because I still have this thing in my head that the average price of 2 grams of silver on telly is about 10 quid, and then Jewellery Maker completely flies in the face of that for some reason. Well, in terms of the multi-buying, Karen's bought 3, Deirdre's bought 2 straight away. I would definitely up your order. If you've got an order for 1 in, I'm not saying this for any loaded reason. I believe you me, I am not on commission in any way, shape or form. I don't get paid whether you do or don't buy. Oh, no, I do get paid. I think, what did I get this week? Oh yeah, I had 2 and 6 in a brown envelope, as always. All the days I've been on this week as well, and I just get 2 and 6. Yeah, I got paid. Sorry, Phil. Sorry to break that. You're a permanent employee as well, aren't you, Phil? Until Wednesday. Until Wednesday. It's leaving us. Leaving us, Phil. I can't believe you could leave us. You were my first producer here, Phil, when I came in with a very unpopular Let's Test the Sewing channel on Jewellery Maker. Let's do something that the audience will hate.
Was that on the last hour of the Late Show? The
last hour of the Late Show, yeah.
Yeah, it would suddenly change.
Yeah, suddenly an hour of sewing. Didn't go down very well. Mike, you were there, weren't you? Leah, you were there, all there supporting me. You all hated it, but it's fine. We kicked them out to their own channel, so it's fine. It's fine. £4.95. We won't do that again, don't worry. Don't worry. Until we want to start a stamp licking channel. We'll test it out on Jewellery Maker first.
Derek would just suddenly appear an extra hour. Hi!
Yeah, oh hi! Me again. No, I'm not falling out with you again. I'll book somebody else to do that show. Jeanette's upped her order to 3. Carol, you've got 2. Karen, you've got 2. Deirdre, you've got 2. Collector in Sussex, you've got 2. Agnes in Ayrshire, you've got yours. Angela in North Yorkshire, you've got yours. Collector in Gloucestershire. Julie in Tynemere. Violet in Manchester. Wendy in Lincolnshire. Oh, here comes Jackie again. First car was a Ford Escort in Canada, where I'm from. Oh, I didn't know that, Jackie. Well, there's news to me. I like to get the gossip. Licence plate was She842. So she was always called, so it was always called She. She. Lots of people give their cars girls' names, don't they?
Yeah.
Lots of them.
This was an argument with my car.
Is that because no, they still get girls' names even if they are reliable. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Even if they're not reliable. Do you know what I mean? No, but do you know what? I can understand why people... No, but I can understand why people use a girl's name. If the car is reliable, we'll give it a lady's name. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But if it's not reliable, it still gets a girl's name. Do you know what I mean? They don't suddenly change it. I'm calling Roberta Rob now, because he never starts first thing in the morning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, am I safe? Did I dig myself out of that in time, Laura? I think the jury's out. It's okay, I've got 20 minutes to redeem myself before I'm slapped. Right, well done everyone. Lots of people multiplying on those. Which pot did they come from? I'll shove it in there, it'll do. Right, put it over there. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Why not? Let's do some garnet. Do you know we had missed what? What was I going to say? You know, we had Savorite Garnet in this week. Savorite Garnet. And we had some Spessartite Garnet as well this week. It's been a big week for Garnet. All gone now. All gone, unfortunately. Well, I think so anyway. I'll do a little search on Jewellery Maker's website and see whether any of them are around. Because if they are, it's worth you knowing. Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Just searching now. In the meantime, you've got this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful garnet. It's like a slightly purplish garnet as well, which is beautiful. Where's it from? Indian garnet, gorgeous. What was the word I was looking for? Tanzanite. Oh, there are. Do you know? At the moment, we've got 3 strands of Savorite Garnet showing on the website. The lowest of which is showing at $14.95. $14.95. $14.95 for Savorite Garnet. That sounds like giving it away. Oh, we've got a 34 carat strand there as well, which is $69.95. That's pretty good. Actually, that $14.95 one has got reviews. Yeah. Which I'm just having a quick squeeze through them all right now. Yeah, good, looks good. Good colour. Love Savorite. Stunning Jewellery Maker, #1 for their gemstones, quality and price. Beautiful colours to these garnets, as the certificate states. So beautiful, great. There you go. You can have a look at that yourself, actually. All of the reviews are online as well. Even if people say, absolutely dreadful, worst thing I've ever seen in my life, they go on the website as well. IOCI 13. Now this will be one of the lowest garnet prices I think you've seen all week. Any type of garnet, to be honest. $4.95. Sorry, I just added a sound effect there for no reason. $4.95. You know, it breaks things up. $4.95. I'm that way out today. I've had a long week, you see. This is definitely, for me, this is definitely Friday. Definitely Friday. Here's Jackie back again. Born and raised in Canada, parents from Scotland, but emigrated to Canada, then retired to North Yorkshire, married a Middlesbrough lad. End of story. Wowzers. That's well travelled, isn't it? That's lots of stamps on the passport, isn't it? Very, very good. Oh, who was that? Hazel. Hazel, thank you for your text, darling. Yeah. She had a mini. I can't put the text up on the screen. But she had a mini that was an unfortunate colour and reminded her of something, and she named it after that. That should be enough to get you going. Actually, I'm sure my dad had one of my dad's friends had an Austin Allegro, and I think it was cream on the top and the bottom with a real big brown stripe in the middle, and they used to call it a Marmite sandwich. You didn't think that was going there, did you? $4.95. $4.95. Other yeast spreads are available. Well done, Christine. Well done, Jeanette. Mary, congratulations. Vegemite, Phil. You can get Vegemite as well, can't you? Other spreads are available. And you can get the supermarket's own yeast extract, which just doesn't sound attractive, doesn't it? Does it, even? You know what I mean? You're not going to pick up a bottle which says that, are you? Yeast extract. Sounds wrong. Tastes gorgeous, though. I love it. I'll have it an inch thick on anything. Beautiful. In baked beans, says Leah. Ooh. 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 Oh, I'm not sure about it hot.
No, if you have baked beans on toast,
yeah,
put the
Marmite on the toast.
On the toast, and then put the beans on top.
That's is that nice. What you would do, Leah?
Oh, I'd mix it into.
Or you mix it into the beans.
But if you do it like that, it's nice as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. They're two different flavours for me.
It does work.
Okay, well, I can't promise, but I might give it a try. If all I have in the house.
On the same day that you have gravy and chips for tea.
Oh, never.
Or you could have crumpets with lots of butter.
Oh, crumpets in gravy would be my food hell.
Not crumpets and gravy, but crumpets with lots of butter. And with Mum,
Where the butter's all dripping off your elbow.
And Marmite. Crumpets and Marmites are good as well.
Actually, Marmite on crumpets is not so bad because that hasn't got time to sink through, has it?
And peanut butter as well.
Peanut butter and Marmite?
No, not together.
Oh, I think I have done that combination actually before. I think it was all right.
Yeah, it's good.
Mind you, I was probably 14. Your taste buds changed, didn't it? I mean, I wouldn't have paid you for an olive at the age of 14, and now I love them. Right, next up, we've got some pink tiger's eye. How are you, by the way? Friday night at the Jewellery Maker. Oh, fantastic. Got a lovely weekend coming up. We've got a wire work weekend. Are you here over the weekend as well,
I'm
Laura?
here tomorrow night.
Are you? Who have you got tomorrow night? A professional? Oh, you've got Vicky Carr tomorrow night. So, yes, you have got a professional then. Oh, is she on a dirty double tomorrow as well? She's on the morning show and the late show. Oh, I love Vicky. Bless her. 35 carats of tiger's eye rounds. Oh, now if it's wirework sculpture weekend, is it? Ooh, what have you got in mind for tomorrow night then?
I've made a crocodile.
Have you? Oh, have I seen it? I think I've seen it.
He's up in the office.
Is it? Yeah, I think I've seen it. $4.95. $4.95. Please do, Phil. Will you text me? I'll tune in. $4.95. That's pretty cool, isn't it? There were some lovely pink seed beads in Deb's kit on Wednesday night. Deb Rudge on Under £10 Day had a fantastic kit with 3 tubes of seed beads. And actually one of them was, and I think it was silver-lined cerise or silver-lined pink or something like that. It was a pretty similar colour to this because you're going to get the chatoyancy from this as well. She had 6s and 8s only in her kit and it went under £10. If you look on YouTube for Wednesday night's evening show with Deb, 7 o'clock kit, so it would be an hour into the video. It matched those up with those seed beads. I don't know why I keep pointing the price. I'm annoying myself now. I don't know why I'm doing that. No, and it's not a gesture to you, Mike, at all. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's because the other channels that I work for, I'm used to doing it. So I'm going to try and keep my arms anchored to the desk because most people have seen the price anyway. It's on the web, isn't it? Most people are buying on the web. Click. And I keep pointing it. No, not at all. Oh, Mike, have you been thinking that for the whole year? Every time I pointed at the graphic, he thinks I was sending a signal to him to get off the shot. No, it wasn't Mike at all, honestly, I promise you. I've given up directing from the floor. I gave that up about 3 years ago. I just do my job now. Just get on with it. $4.95. That is a fabulous stone, isn't it? To know that it's got that same chatoyancy. You could mix this with yellow tiger's eye rounds as well if you wanted to keep the same look through the stone. It would be very nice. And I love the difference in colours. It's almost like berries, you know what I mean? You could create a little bunch of berries out of those as well for a sculpture. Yes, it is a little bit cranberry, Mike, actually, isn't it? Very nice. I'm molting on the table as well, I've noticed. Thought my summer coat was through now. Rosalind, well done. Bronya in Northumberland. What a lovely name. That's another name you don't hear very often, is it? Bronya. Patricia in Worcestershire, you've got a couple of these coming your way as well. If you want to join us on the phones, you can. If you've never shopped with us before, by the way, you can do it. We have an app. So if you go to your app store, we do it for Android as well, don't we? Yeah. And we've got apps for both stores. Yeah. So you go to Google Play or you go to your iTunes store. I don't know what the circle's got anything to do with it. And go and find, the apps are always round, aren't they? Go and find the app Jewellery Maker, and you can sign up and log in with your account and then add to your basket.
You can watch on the app as well.
Yes, you can. You can also send me a message through the app as well, can't you?
You can.
You can message the studio, because I've quite often done that. While I've been
I find it easier to use the app to send a message than the text or the...
Because with the text, you've got to open a new text. You're so excited that you've got to put the number in, so you have to go back, put the number in 60777, and then go to the start of the text. And of course your phone doesn't recognise JM Studio as a word unless you've done it loads and loads of times, so it turns it into jerk chicken or something else, and then you have to go back and correct it, and then you finally get around to your message, and then you've lost the will to live by then, haven't you? Stop pointing at that price, would you? It's not for you, Mike. It's not for you. I'm going to put that arm under the desk. I'm going to tie it to the chair. Oh, I can't because I need to pick up the strands. Right, what should we do next? Tanzanite. Yay. Beautiful gemstone. Love it. We've got a nice big range tonight, haven't we, actually? We've had our clear quartz, we've had our tanzanite, we've had pearls. Beautiful. And we've still got quite a bit to go in this hour as well. There's a nice chain over there, Phil, as well. Like a cable link chain, is it? It's two-tone, it's rose and silver. What do we call it? Is it an Italian name? No. Oh, is it in the second hour? Oh, I've got a sneaky preview of it first. 40 carats. Oh, rectangular belcher. Wrong. Unless those links in between are round. No. No. No, but belchers. Well, yeah, okay. All right. It's a nice chain, though. Actually, is it two-tone, or is that my imagination? Anyway, we'll come back to that, sorry. One thing at a time, Derek. Tanzanite first. I think I need controlling tonight. Look at this. Stunning colour. Stunning colour. Beautiful, isn't it? And again, that's against a white surface. I always try and show you Tanzanite on a white surface or held up in mid-air, because actually Tanzanite naturally deepens and darkens against skin tone. So actually, to see the honesty of the gemstone, I think it's always nice to sort of hold it up in mid-air. And if that's still got good colour, it's worth buying. I've seen sterling silver jewellery in an outlet, I can't tell you where, because it was quite a few years ago now actually, and there were Tanzanite rings in the window, and it was in an outlet village where they claimed to be up to 70% off. Yeah, right. And these rings in the window were about, no, it was up north, Mike, were about 30 or 40 quid. And the Tanzanite was kind of the colour of, you know, the gap between the telly and the floor there. Do you know what I mean? It was so light, it could have been anything. And stop there, Derek. Don't say any more. That's enough. You've said enough now. And at £12.95, if you can make your own jewellery, which, you know, still has amazing colour, if I just make myself a quick bracelet there, I mean, look at that. It's awesome for colour. Go really nicely, actually, with denim, wouldn't it? Or reds.
And it's your December birthstone as well, isn't it? And the gemstone,
yes.
Is it for when you have your first baby or something? Or if it's to celebrate new beginnings?
New beginnings. Is it? No, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, so it's like for new beginnings, sort of if you've got a new job or...
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Yes, it was the first edition since 1902 or 6 or something, wasn't it? In the birthstone list. Nothing had been added for all of that time, and Tanzanite comes along. Oh yes, we can squeeze you in somewhere. How about December? Right, talking of squeezing things in, let's do that chain before this hour's out, shall we? Look at this. Rectangular belcher. I have to tell you, it's a very, very, very prominent link. Yes, it is two-tone, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, I don't know how they've done that. I honestly couldn't tell you how they've achieved on the outside of the links. If I show you against a, would it help against a slightly darker background? Can you see on the outside of, is it every other link? Oh, I think they've diamond cut back into the rose gold plating. Can you see? Because there's a slight ridges in those links where they've revealed the silver again. How detailed and clever. I don't think I've ever seen that, and I've seen a lot of chains over the years, but I don't think I've ever seen where silver has been overlaid with rose gold and then they've diamond cut over it to re-reveal the silver. 16 inches in length, massive clasp as well, in terms of the silver gram weight. There's probably half a gram of silver just in the clasp itself, maybe even more. I like this. I like this. I'm going to pop this onto a bust for a second to show you just the brevity. I love that word. My favourite word, brevity. No idea if it's the right word, it's just my word, I like it. There you go. What do you think? Nice, isn't it? Just something a little bit different. And jewellery makers, it would be greatly appealing to all of us because, look, there's a gap in each link. Hooray, we can get in there. Get in there with our wrap loops, seed beads, whatever you like. Look at that, even across the room, it has got that real kind of, do you know what I mean? Look, yeah. Really nice big gauge as well. I'd say that's probably a 2mm gauge actually. Lovely. It's nice sometimes to just have a plain chain, isn't it? Well, it's not plain, it's sort of decorated really, isn't it, if you think about it. Overlaid in the gold, then the silver re-revealed with a diamond cut. And then you can get in there and suspend what you want from it. In fact, you remember that little Swarovski Pave bead? It could be just as simple as something like that you suspend from the bottom. Remember those little sterling silver connectors that we had? The little wrapped sweet ones. Brilliant. Love it. Very nice. Right, okay. We got to go already. The first hour is over and done with. We're going to look at Leah's curtains now. Well, you'll see them as well in the break, hopefully, if Mike's put in the promo. And yeah, when we come back, I'm going to sit next to Laura, and it is kit time. Fantastic cabochons and wire coming up in 3 minutes. Don't go far.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Did you know no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging? Select our standard delivery for just $3.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for $5.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Tune in this Saturday for the launch of Wire Jewellery Masterclass by Abby Hook. This book is packed full of inspiration, design ideas, and plenty of hints and tips. Each project gives you step-by-step instructions and a material and tools list. So to get your copy, tune in this Saturday at 10 AM.
Jewellery Maker is live on Freeview Channel 76 every day from 8 AM to 1 PM. But if you don't want to miss out on fantastic deals and demonstrations from our guest designers after 1 PM, then simply press the red button on your TV remote. Remember, your TV must be connected to the internet. Your screen may go black for a few seconds whilst the internet loads, but then you should be able to carry on watching Jewellery Maker for the rest of the day. And remember, we are live until 10 PM. Jewellery Maker. Create,
wear, share.
I'd like to start this hour with some sad news. Sad, please look suitably serious about this, Laura.
Serious. I was doing my serious face.
It's a very, very serious matter. Unfortunately, the promo, more importantly, that instructs you how to tune into Jewellery Maker beyond Freeview time on your smart internet-connected TV, it's been deleted.
Has it?
It's been deleted.
It was...
Oh, was it in the break? Are you sure?
No, it was played.
Oh, was it in the break?
I've seen it this morning. I've seen it today.
Oh, it's there.
They have played it.
It did go out. Oh, you playing with us, Phil? Told me it'd been deleted.
Oh.
Have you just seen Leah's curtains? Well, we didn't, did we?
No, we weren't paying attention, were we?
Were Leah's curtains in there? Oh dear.
Ooh.
So you did see it. Did you see Leah's curtains? I'd love to go back on the YouTube later and freeze frame. See if we get a shot. In the meantime, okay, well, we can carry on now then. Happy face again. Hey, welcome back to the Late Show, everyone. We can carry on regardless now, which is great. We have got Laura Binding's kits now. In fact, we will look at Laura Binding's jewellery first and have a little look and see what wonders she's created, because it's all about cabochons and wire and the gorgeous Labradorite tonight, because it is the Gemstone showcase after all today. So we are showing off Labradorite. That is the beautiful, beautiful display of Labradorite, isn't it? Delicious. I love that. It's really, really dramatic and organic, isn't it? Mm. Love it, love it. Oh, oh, I recognise that bracelet design.
Yeah. In fact, I might demo that actually.
That's the one the Ami did. Do you remember
one like that? We did one like that. This one's done slightly differently.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Do you want to make a lot?
Oh, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's both do it. Joe, I'm so proud of that bracelet.
It's very cool.
Still got
you
it.
should be.
Pride of place. It's beautiful. So the kit tonight comes in 2 parts. So you can take your pick as you want to. But we've got some higher gauges of wire in this first kit, which is brilliant. So if you want to take advantage of some fabulous cabochons, then kit number 1 is the one you want, because this is 3 meters of 1.5mm gauge on your silver-plated round copper wire. This is phenomenal to work with as well. If you want to create those big dramatic pieces. Talking of big and dramatic, hello, our selection of cabochons. 55 carats in multi shapes, so you may receive 2, 3, it might be a couple more than that. There'll be different sizes, there'll be different shapes, but look at the quality.
They're stunning.
They are amazing,
I had to check
actually.
to see if they were actually purple Labradorite.
Yeah. Because
the colour is just so present.
They are stunning, aren't they? Brand new Labradorite. So it's from a new parcel that has just arrived.
Stunning.
They are phenomenal. Wow. That's all I can say. So should be here at £26.95, but no. This is Phil's departing weekend with us here at JM, and he is treating all of you as much as he possibly can. Because what can they do now? What can they do now? They can't. That's it. Nothing can go wrong now, Phil. Ah.
And that's including the wire, yeah? Is that including the wire?
Ooh. Ooh. Now, I don't usually say naughty words, but I nearly did then. Phil, you nearly... Ooh. Ooh, close moment. listen, just because you're leaving, don't be causing me to resign on air. $11.95. Well, that's not even one of the cabochons, is it really?
But the quality of the cabochons, for
that's
me,
the thing.
It's the quality
that's
of those
the thing
cabochons.
to see, is just how amazing these cabochons are. I'm not moving them; they are absolutely perfectly still. La 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 la. Phil, I'm not even going to ask you about authority to do what you've just done. I frankly don't care. I just think I'm that way out tonight. I think that's amazing. Shirley says, well, those cabs are...
I disagree. They're proper Gert Lush.
Oh, proper Gert Lush. They are, my love. Proper Gert Lush. What does that actually mean? Very good?
Just really nice.
Because I've heard you say that quite a few times in this building. That's Gert Lush, love.
That's proper Gert Lush.
Proper Gert Lush. With a cherry on top. $11.95. Sorry.
Never try to do that again.
I know. I'm quite good at accents, but Bristol's not one that I've ever been able to
master.
Yeah, I can skim past Somerset down to Devon and then Cornwall, but Bristol, I will.
Unique.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bristol's finest. They're all here. $11.95. I love Bristol, actually. I don't love driving into Bristol, but I love being in Bristol.
It's okay driving in Bristol. Just avoid the town. Just don't go in the centre.
Yeah. The first time I went to Bristol was at 5 o'clock in the morning, many years ago, and it was 5 o'clock in the morning. No, was it 5 o'clock in the morning? 4 o'clock in the morning? It was some ridiculous hour of the morning. How many lanes?
Oh, it's fine, because there's no one else around, so they don't see you go wrong.
It was good job.
Not that I've ever done that
good
myself.
Job. And it was such a long time ago that I did have GPS on my phone, but it was like the early days of GPS, you know, where it used to just stop. Your car would be back there somewhere on the GPS.
That happened to me in Redditch. I was driving and even working the old studio and my sat-nav went off and I didn't realise. And I was just trying, there's no road signs in Redditch. You just know where to go.
That's true. It just says the names of little places. And every now and again, if you're lucky, it'll say either M42 or M6 and you think, oh, that's it, I'll just go that way.
Head in that direction.
That must be the way out.
Yeah.
$11.95. Have another little look at what $11.95 gets you. I mean, I don't know how much ordinarily you would be asked to pay for 3 meters of 1.5mm gauge wire, which is silver plated. Might be worth doing your research on the price of just something like that alone, because we've got two parts to the kit today, so we'll go through the other one at the moment, but the wires in the other kit just complement this one perfectly, because you've got 0.4, 0.6 and 0.8 in the other kit, but this is your structural, it's like mega structural wire actually, isn't it?
It's your 1.5 is the strongest gauge, well, it's not the strongest gauge that you can get, but it's one of the strongest that we do in the, what I would say, base metal colour. We're only going to go up to a 2mm when you're going into your bare copper wires or your sterling silver. But that's what enables you to create, sort of say, this necklace torque here. That's all been done using the 1.5, and then I've been able to texture it, so I've been able to hammer it, which is where you get that sort of that effect. No
findings?
No.
Nothing else needed?
I mean, I've added a little bit of chain and fabric just because, but that's with the second part of the kit, just
but
to
your
sort of
necklace
embellish
is there, self-supporting, from the 1.5mm.
As is this one as well. The structure and support is in this one. And also that's why I was going to show the bracelet, because the bracelet's done a bit differently, using again this 1.5 as the base.
Ah, oh, it'll be interesting. I'll be able to see how this works in a moment. How many are left, Phil? Okay, they're going quickly. How many have sold so far? There's a lot of these that have gone out already. I'm not surprised at $11.95. And remember, this is Friday night as well. Well done. Right, let me show you the other part of the kit then, because this is like the, you know, the icing on the cake, really, because this is everything else. If you've seen in Laura's jewellery so far, she's been using these fabulous rondelles.
They are stunning as well.
They are really,
so
really
much
nice.
colour and schiller on them. You can, especially when you cut them. So I've got some actually cut here, which I'll put on the overhead for you. I don't know if that'll help. So you can see them cut from the actual strand.
When you see them face up with their, I don't know if you can see that at all, but
they just glow, don't they?
I mean, it's difficult. What we can see and what you can see might be two slightly different things because that camera isn't the greatest from overhead.
No.
But let me just pick that one up with my tweezers, and then you might be able to see just as it moves around. I mean, it's just,
you can see it muted,
exceptional.
But to the eye, that is really flashing, isn't it? We can see it when you move.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Stunning.
And I'll be honest, pretty much all of them are like that. When you, especially when you separate them out and actually just use them sort of spaced out.
That's amazing. So you have the Labradorite strand, which is a 40-carat strand. So it's 3x2s up to 5x3s. Again, they graduate very gently and beautifully. And then in terms of your wire, again, it's all silver-plated copper wire. 10 meters of your 0.8, 10 meters of your 0.6, and 10 meters of your 0.4 millimeter gauge, which of course is your weaving wire. Of course, if you've got the first kit, you've got your 1.5 structural there in your first kit at $11.95. That is just brilliant, really, really nice. And again, the possibilities, you know, with Labradorite are endless. Here we go. Limited in stock before we've even started.
Wow.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Okay, so you can have both kits tonight. Yeah, for less than the price that the first part of the kit should have been originally.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. So £11.95. 30 metres of your silver-plated copper wire, 10 metres in 0.4, 10 metres in 0.6, and 10 metres in 0.8. Why did I ever start this? They are yours right now for $11.95. I take it for just the wire. Do you know what I mean?
And that Labradorite as well.
And Labradorite, you're always going to use. I mean, a regular Labradorite strand like this, you would pay $7, $8, $9, $10, $11, $12.95 for anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, I know there are varying prices for varying strands here at JM, but, you know, generally speaking, you would never expect to get 3 reels of any kind of wire. Even if it was 3 10-metre rolls of 0.25, you'd never expect to get that with that strand for $11.95. So jump on the phone lines, jump on the app, jump on the web, do whatever you need to do and get this secured right now, because we are about to make along as well. Superb. That's really, really amazing. Get it ordered as quickly as you can, get it checked out straight away while you can, because that is ridiculous for £11.95. I don't know. I'm not going to try and explain it at all. No. There's no explanation,
I mean,
is there,
basically,
really?
Collectively, you're getting a kit for less than £25, under £25.
Yeah.
So you're getting 34 metres of wire.
Yeah.
Plus all that lovely Labradorite.
Well, and you're getting the choice. If you don't want to go for both, it's fine. You can either go for the one that is full of wire and the Labradorite strand, or you can go for the 1.5 millimetre gauge on its own with the 3 cabs, same price, $11.95. So you've got the choice there, ultimate flexibility. That's putting the control in your hands, which is brilliant. Right then, let's have a little go with this bracelet then, shall we?
We'll also say, I still had a handful of the rondelles left, didn't touch the 0.6, and still had quite a fair bit of the other 2 gauges and a little bit of the 0.4 left. So, you know, I still had enough that I could go ahead and make more pieces of jewellery with this.
Brilliant.
So it is.
And 2 are really, really, you know, weighty pieces.
Okay. So one thing I'm going to say, when you use a 1.5 gauge of wire, please do not use...
doing our shuffle.
We're just getting in place. Do not use your Xeron cutters to cut your 1.5 wire.
Okay.
I say this a lot, but I like to repeat myself because you will damage them. I've got a pair of the Xeron cutters that unfortunately have been completely damaged, and is where I've used slightly heavier gauges of wire to cut, and they're not designed for that. They do say on the packaging that they're actually only designed for sort of a 1 mil and below. Yeah. So if you've got these, which are the bead ones, which we do obviously sell, these are the best ones for your heavier gauges. This is what I call my all-rounder pliers.
Are they okay if you've got, the starter kit cutters?
Yeah, you will be able to cut with the starter kit, but it's going to be a bit tougher.
You're going to have to really...
You're going to have to kind of really sort of put some pressure on there. But whereas if you cut these, you can see, again, just going to hold that wire and you can see that's going to cut through.
Yeah.
You have to just work a little bit harder with your side cutters, but please don't use your zirons, that's all I'm saying, because you'll damage them.
Message received and understood.
I just don't want anyone to do what I've done, that's all. So we're going to actually make the bracelet, because we've got cabochons in the second kit as well.
Yeah.
And we've got some cabochons tomorrow, so we've got quite a lot of cabochons,
so we can do
so
some
it'd be quite nice to do something a bit different.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do on this is we're actually going to use, I'm actually going to take the bracelet off so that I can show you. Okay, so you'll see that this bracelet is actually made on the 1.5 wire as a base. And you can see that all of this work has been done on top of that base wire. And that's it's still got a lot of strength to it. It's lovely to wear as a natural sort of bangle bracelet cuff. And it's still, to me, it's nice because it still looks delicate, but it's got that strength in it.
Let's have a little feel. Oh, that's great. Yes, it's really nice. That's definitely to last the course.
Yeah.
And of course, if you wanted to add other things into that besides the Labradorite, if you wanted to.
The Tanzanite is coming to my mind.
Yeah. You could just weave them in with your 0.4, couldn't you?
Well, that's what, well, look at you. That's what we did, see?
Listen, I'm like
You're
Mr. Know-it-all these days.
Yeah, giving away all the secrets. But you can also make a lovely sort of neck piece like that as well. So if you want to make a neck piece, it would look lovely on a piece where you've got just a cabochon as well. So it's a nice technique to learn. So with regards to how much wire you cut, really you don't need any longer than the size that you need. So if you're wearing sort of an average size is about 7.5 is about medium. You have sort of a smaller wrist is about 6.5 inches, 7.5 inches is more average, and a larger is about 8.5. I tend to like to leave about a sort of 1/2 inch to 1 inch gap if it is going to be a cuff, but it's not too much of a problem if it isn't. So you can measure it, or you can just cut it like I'm going to do. But if you want to be precise, grab your piece. There you go.
Oh, thank you, John.
So one thing I say as well, because this is a heavier gauge of wire, can I borrow your piece back?
Yeah.
When you cut with your pliers, what will happen is the back of the pliers will cut the wire nice and flat, and the other side, can you see it's at an angle?
Oh yeah, a bit pointy.
Yeah, and that's where the flush comes into it. That's because it cuts it at that angle. So for me, obviously with a heavier gauge, that's going to be more obvious. So all I do is I'll take my pliers again, turn the back of them, and just snip just
tiny bit,
just to make that straight. And then that way, when you do your spirals or anything like that, it just looks nice. It's just a little bit of just sort of a nice little habit to get into. Now I'll lend you these afterwards, because I've only got one pair on me. But what I'm going to do is start off by spiraling this wire. Now, a 1.5 is a heavier gauge of wire. So you have to kind of go a little bit stronger and a little bit sort of more controlled. So I'm really gripping my pliers quite tightly. I know you can't see that, but I'm gripping them quite tight. I've gone to the sort of wider part of my pliers, my round nose pliers, to really get a good grip on that wire. And then I'm going to slightly turn my hand just to get that curve started, okay? And this is one that you have to go in with little motion. So I'm taking my pliers out, repositioning, and then just coming back around again. And then just continue round. And what I'm also doing is just encouraging the wire with my other hand as well, just to sort of get that sort of spiral, okay? And do the same on the other side in the opposite direction. Okay. I'm going to give you those, and then what I can do then is take my chain nose pliers, which are the angled ones, and I'm just going to kind of going in at the spiral, and I'm just holding it nice and tight. I'm just going to kind of just make it a little bit more straight again. So can you see? Just so that it comes into a nice straight line. Otherwise, if you look at this end, it's curved into a direction. So I'm just kind of straightening that. So I'm just holding it with my pliers and pushing that wire. So you're going to effectively get that. Okay, and I'll let you have those. Now you can use either the 0.8 or the 0.6 for this. It depends how comfortable you are working with the wire. The 0.8 that I've got here is very soft and malleable, so personally I would use the 0.8, but if you felt you wanted to practice a little bit, you weren't quite confident, the 0.6 is just as good. And what I'm going to do is cut 2 lengths of my, so I'm just going to move that out of the way, 0.8. And again, I'm going to probably do about just past my arm's length, because I want to be able to sort of go from one point to the end and then back again on the actual bracelet. So I need enough wire that's going to be quite continuous. I'm going to start from here, go along here, and then come back to here. And if you've got any extra, then that's great. So I'm just going to cut this wire. So I'm going to cut 4 lengths because I'm going to cut some for Derek. And I'm still using my wires from the first kit, just so you can see how far it can actually go. And just do the last one. It's also quite good if you have space and you're not sat next to someone, you may hurt them with the wire. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take the 2 wires together, and I want them to stay as one. Okay, so we're going to hold them so that they stay nice and together. I'm going to just take them to the end of this wire. You're left-handed, aren't you?
Yes.
So you may want to work that way or this way, however feels comfortable.
I'll follow you.
Okay, I tend to start from the left and work towards the right.
Okay.
But that's just how I will naturally work. You might find it easier to start from the right and work towards the left. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, and all I'm doing is just wrapping that around a couple of times, both those wires, just to secure that and lock it in place. Now what I'm going to do now is start to create the swirls, okay? So holding this nice and steady, what I'm doing is holding the wires with my thumb, and I'm just kind of controlling them with my hand and rotating the actual bracelet base. Okay, just also side note, I actually hammered and textured this piece of wire before I did this, just lightly, just so that if you did see any of the base, you get like almost like a little sparkle of texture. But you, again, that's optional. Okay, so now just going to encourage that wire to curve, and wherever it stops is fine. Wrap it around so that it's attached. Okay, and then I'm going to just place my thumb in place again and rotate it again. So what I want is this wire to come up in the opposite direction. So I've wrapped on this side, so now I want to be able to create a similar loop on this side. So again, once I've done that, I can create that sort of arch and then wrap, and then again kind of just swirl that to go into the opposite direction. So going across to create that arch, bringing it around, swirling the piece and bringing it up. Okay? Yeah?
Think so. Yeah.
Think so?
Think so.
Okay, so you're just going to continue doing that. I'm just going to speed up a little bit so that you can see where we're at. And then when you get to the end, because I want to go back in the opposite direction.
Oh, it's waves and loops,
It's waves and loops,
okay.
yeah. The only reason is because if you just wrap around, so if you see that section where we started, all you see is that kind of wrap, it doesn't look as pretty, basically.
Yeah.
So the swirl is just a prettier way of covering that loop, that wrap, sorry. So again, I'm at the end now, and again, I'm just going to do another swirl just to bring it back in the opposite direction. And then I'm going to come back across. Now what I want to do is, you don't have, just however you feel it looks nice, bring it across, and again, swirl it so it looks pretty, and then goes in the opposite. If you need to go around more than once, that's fine. Back across, and just try to, so that it looks nice as it's going. And then back over here. And if see here, I've actually overlapped. So if I just show you up close, I've actually almost overlapped the initial detail. So you can see the wires just here, so it looks a little bit messier. But what will happen is I'll do another swirl, and that will actually cover that, okay? So if you think, oh, that's gone over it, don't worry too much, because the swirl will go over it. And don't forget, we will be coming back, adding some of the Labradorite, and then going back again one more time again, and sort of almost securing those Labradorites again. So this is just kind of one stage of this bracelet. So you can easily fix anything that you're not happy with. Okay, and then you get to this point here, and we're back. Okay, so I should hopefully have just about enough here to be able to get back across one more side after I've added on the stone. So what I'm going to do at this point is take my cutters. I'm alright using my zircons for these because I'm using the 0.8. And I've just snipped the 2 beginning tails. So the wire that I started this 0.8 with, all I've done is cut that away now. I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and just crimp that edge. How are we getting there, Derek?
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to. Yeah. No, I'm fine.
Yeah, no, very good.
I'm here. My wire's tense as always.
What do I always say?
Yeah, exactly. Any tension you've got transfers into the wire. Just relax.
I say exactly like that. Just relax. Chill.
Just chill.
Yeah, because if you sit like this...
Looks all right there, doesn't it?
No, it looks good.
So far.
But if you're sitting like this and you're sort of like this, then you're not... Yeah, it's not good for you. And you'll end up... Then focus on the... Yep.
Relax and the wire will follow you.
That's not actually what I say.
No.
I just say relax.
Yes.
But it's just, it does reflect.
Your,
my
to clip off the endy bits.
cutters.
Thank you.
Okay, then what I'm going to do is take my 0.4 wire, and I'm just going to take a length. I don't need a massively long length. There you go, there's some for you.
They're all saying, look at the concentration on my face. Told you you'll be a guest designer soon enough. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
You could.
It's never going to happen.
See, I've missed your concentrating face.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, you don't get to see it.
I'm going to watch it on
You
YouTube.
don't see it every weekend, let me tell you. That's twice a year for you.
I'm going to watch this now.
Here's another one. Derek, love your concentrating face. Great to see you alongside Laura. Oh, thank you. Oh,
right.
So I've just dropped what you've given me.
So whilst Derek's chasing the wire, I'm going to, so what I've done is I've taken the 0.4, and again I've just blended this in at the initial start around the 1.5 base wire, and then I've just kind of fed it up through one of the loops, so it's coming towards me. In fact, I'm going to get so hopefully you'll be able to see it a bit better then. So it's actually coming up towards me, but through one of those loops. And then there's no particular pattern or plan with this. Taking the Labradorite, sort of the rondelles, and then what you want to do is just kind of stitch them really. So, but you don't really want that 0.4 wire to be too visible. You want it to be blended in. So I'm just trying to find a gap. So I'm feeding that through a gap. Oops. So it's just gone. Can you see what I mean there? So it's gone through a gap.
Oh yeah, right, cool.
So what it is just that you don't see the obvious wraps. Okay, so you're going across and then feed that wire back.
Did you have a tail on your 0.4 to start with?
Yeah, just a little tiny one.
Okay, right.
And then once that wire is established, again, you can cut that wire off because you don't want to stab yourself. This is also really good to kind of stitch it together if you felt you needed to, but I'm just coming up, again, through the loops. It doesn't always have to be sat in a loop as such. It can be in any gap that you want, really. Bring it back down.
Oh, I see.
It's just,
so you're kind of holding it into the middle of your wave or your loop in some way.
Yeah, so it's just kind of, it's just prettying it up really. You can leave gaps if you want, you can do whatever you want, and this is just up to you. So this part is just however you feel the pattern develops. So, and then I'm just going to just add a couple more. And again, you don't have to, you can use any gemstones that you want. Now be careful if you get any sort of kinks in the wire, they will cause problems.
As I've just discovered.
For these gemstones, yeah, they're not too friendly with that. So I'm just going to quickly stitch these along. And again, I'm keeping this wire attached, the 0.8, because I want to use that to kind of come around and secure and stabilise what we're doing now, the sort of the stitching part of it. You all right? Mm-hmm. And again, you can add more layers of wire on if you wanted to. You don't have to just, I mean, if you've got, mine's quite compact. If yours is more open, like yours is more open, so you could take another length of 0.8, 2 lengths, and then go over it again if you wanted to.
Ouch.
Okay.
I just stabbed myself with my tail.
Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Done that so many times. So, yeah, that's quite good. Cut that tail whilst you remember. If you stab yourself, definitely cut the wire.
Thank you.
So you don't do it again. And then just taking a couple of these, I just want to quickly get to the other side, and then I can just show you how we bring it all together. So you can see how that's it's just coming into the pieces there. So there's no particular pattern, it's just however you want them to look. And just stitch them in, and then what we're going to do is I've just got a couple more to add in, and then and then I can show you how you finish it. So do it like that, you go towards the end, and what you're going to do is the wires that you've got here, you're then going to again just come across and start to, I might show you up front, you might be able to see it a bit better that way. So these are the tail, this is the longer length of wire I had left. So I'm going to bring that across, and then I'm just going to almost repeat, but then when you get to one of the stones, you can, if you want, kind of frame that stone. So you can see I'm just rolling that around so it frames, and then bringing it around again. You could, all I'm doing is going behind the base and then bringing it around. I'm not going around every single Labradorite, I'm just going around sort of every other really. Now if you find yourself like me here, where I can see I'm not going to quite have enough wire to get to the other side, what I can do is just cut that into there and blend that so it just goes in, and then just quickly add another piece of wire just to finish that last bit off. But that's how you would get that. When you're happy with that, to form the actual shape of the bracelet, I'll unform this one so I can show you. So you can see that one's going to look like that. So because there's so much going on, normally I would say I would use my happy pliers. So they're happy.
Oh, happy. Oh, they are, aren't they?
Yeah. Don't want them to be sad. It's not good when they're sad. So those ones. So normally I would use those, but it would actually sort of not really have much room to work. So I'm just going to use my hands to form. So all I'm doing is just use my hands just to form that around. And again, you don't need it to be perfectly round. You want it to be more sort of oval shaped. Almost if you think of a C, the letter C, that kind of shape. And then that's it. And then that's all you need to do. And that will hold the shape because one, you've put a lot of layers of 0.8 wire onto it, but also it's on the 1.5 base. So there's no way that if you pop that on, that and then you can mould that around your wrist, that's not going to go anywhere. That's nice and secure. So yeah, that's it.
Ah, thank you, Charlie.
How are you getting on?
Very, very good, I think. But I can only do the first bit, can't I? Because I'm so far behind. But what I can do is I'll just show you just my first.
Do you know why? What you're doing, first of all, is you're really, really.
I'm on telly, that's right.
No, but you're really sort of focusing on it, and you just, when I say relax, I do genuinely, because the more relaxed you are, the easier it will be.
Yeah. Actually, this is not a comfortable height for a desk, really, either, is it?
No, it's not the easiest to work on, because normally you'd be sat with it in front of you like this, and obviously I'm sat next to you, so you've got that awareness.
Yeah.
But just relax. When you're working with it, just relax, hold it, and just be relaxed with the movements, because the more like this you are, the more you're actually going to find it harder.
I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did the first time around,
Take it
which
home.
is because obviously Laura has to skip steps in her
Well,
demos.
I will give you my half-finished piece.
Thank you, and I shall pass it off as my own some other time.
You have to finish it though.
Yes, no, I will, and I'll finish mine properly as well.
And then we need to see the finished.
And then I will put it on my Facebook page when I've actually done it, because I actually love making like this. In fact, you've reignited my love of.
So have I deterred you? Have I lured you away from the seed bead world?
Oh, you might have done, you know.
Lured you from the dark side.
You. Have you got the kit, by the way? Because you know the two kits. If you've just joined us, by the way, if you haven't sat through all of my demo, there we go. I'm back to my silly face again now, rather than my concentrating face. The Labradorite strand with the 3 reels of wire. Is that one, Phil? That's this one. Okay, that's this one down here. That's 11.95, and the other one is, and that's 10 meters of 0.4, 0.6, and excuse me, 0.8. And on the other kit, it's 3 meters of 1.5 millimeter gauge, plus your 3 cabochons. And alas, what you can't see, let me just pick that one up a second, is just the sheer quality of those cabochons. They're
amazing.
Just incredible. They're part of a new parcel that's just arrived. Laura, do you lay all the beads on one side of the bracelet?
Can I grab my
Yes, of course
mine
you can.
back just to show.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you actually do, you want one flat side. So one side will just be wire. So you can see there, that's just the back of the actual piece.
Yep.
And then when you turn it over, you will stitch them into the front of the piece. And as I said, you can see here, to lift that up, you're going to stitch them just into any kind of little place you feel that they go, really. When you get to the end, what you're then doing is overlaying your 0.8 again, just sort of decorating and sort of almost supporting some of them alternatively. But yeah, they would all be on the front of the bracelet, because there's no point putting them on the back, they would break. Hope that helps.
Have you noticed that I started an end with not a loop but a pretzel? I did it up and then I tried to undo it again.
No,
I don't know.
that's it, you can't. It's a 1.5 because it's such a strong gauge of fire.
Yeah, that's it. once you pop, you can't stop. You had one the other day, did you? Oh, did you? There you go, it's a pretzel bracelet. Which reminded Leah, she had a pretzel the other day. That bracelet is lovely, Laura, and listen to Laura when she says relax, it works. I will, Shirley.
Shirley's come and had workshops with me.
When I'm at home and I'm sat in a big, it's like a fairly big chair with a big cushion, and I'm high enough over my desk. I'll put something like dolphin music on, or whale music, is it? Yes, I'll do something like that in the background, just nice and calm. Nice and calm. Lovely tools, Laura. Very, very nice. Need all of these. No, I've got most of them. Right, fabulous. Oh, is that it? We've got to stop playing now. Oh, that's no good, is it? We get to play again at 9 o'clock, which is good, though, because right now we've got to squeeze in one of these. Fabulous. That was good. I might, you know, in a spare moment later, I might pick that up again. It's one of those things that when you pick it up, you love.
But it's also one of those that once you get the technique, you'll be able to do that in like...
Forever and ever,
yeah. But in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Love it. Okay, concentrate now, Derek. Stop looking at it. Time for some black spinel. Now, you could do the same with this shape as we just did.
Yeah, you
Even
could.
though our Labradorite was centre drilled and these are side drilled.
In fact, they might lie better because of the way that they're drilled. They might actually sit in the actual sort of swirls of the bracelet.
Yeah.
So if you see there, they would actually sit face down.
Yeah.
So they would probably maybe be more suitable. I mean, it works with the Labradorite rondelles, obviously, but it would just be a different effect.
Lovely. We'd have that one on and the Labradorite one, wouldn't you?
Mix them up.
Definitely. I love the sparkle of these. Usually you only get that level of sparkle on the microfaceted, don't you? It's usually bigger top tables of sparkle, isn't it? That's really nice. Oh, that's almost like a... Hang on, let me just examine. It's almost like a pinnacle faceting. It's a checkerboard facet, isn't it? But it comes to a point in the centre of the stone. They lay beautifully and they sparkle amazingly as well. Brilliant. I definitely have these. I'm still molting. I definitely have some of these. They are fabulous and they're just £6.95. Now imagine if you'd got your kit at £11.95 with all the bits and pieces you needed and you got this strand at £6.95. I mean, this would merely partner the kit that we already did.
It would look pretty around the cabochon as well.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Let's just have a little examine, shall we? Let's wrap some of these around this cabochon for a second.
That's pretty, isn't it?
That's nice. There you go.
And
I mean,
also,
it's difficult to get the effect, I
yeah, but
guess,
you could sort of see it sort of flattened around. Yeah, that would look really pretty.
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Beautiful.
But in the second kit, we've got some black and gold. They would be ideal for that as an addition to the second kit as well.
Ah. Oh, do you know, it would key in really, really nicely with our must-have tonight as well in terms of cabochons, because they are a patchy gold pyrite.
Cabochons?
Oh, do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Let me go grab them. Just a moment, please. I'll be back. I'll put them on Laura's... we'll put them on the overhead.
Oh, they're pretty.
There you go.
Oh, I like them.
Aren't they cool?
They're really cool. Ooh.
Nice, aren't they?
They're really nice. Oh, look at that.
They're like a kind of aged bronze statue.
They're really cool. Look at the back and the front. Look at the contrast.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Gorgeous, aren't they?
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. They're coming up at 8 o'clock, so I must have. Very nice. Something a little bit different as well, isn't it? But it would go amazingly well with your black spinel. Definitely, definitely, definitely. $6.95, congratulations. There's lots of you grabbing these. I'm not surprised at all. It's just a good buy for a Friday night, isn't it? Nice, cheeky one. Here's one for you, Laura. Could you tumble the bracelet to harden it, says Barbara?
Possibly could. I'd be a bit careful because of the gemstones and the way that I'd want to make sure that all of the gemstones were kind of framed, if that makes sense, with the wire, just to really give stability to it. But I'll be honest, you don't really need to harden it because of the fact that you're using such a strong base and you're using a 0.8. You're using two pieces of 0.8 and you're layering it up about three times.
Yeah.
So you really don't need to. But if you wanted to, I would just say make sure that your gemstones are quite protected with the wire.
Tumbling. Where's he?
So you can basically, it's primarily used for sort of like your chainmail and stuff, but it's like a little machine, and you fill it with
cement mixer.
It's a kind of effect like it, but you fill it with I think they call it steel. I can't think what they call it, but that you put bits of like metal almost into it. It's proper. You get the proper stuff to go in the tumble, and then it basically just rotates the piece around, and it smooths and polishes and takes away any kind of edges. That's why it's used mainly for sort of like your chainmail, because obviously sometimes your chainmail you may not always close it, and it just kind of takes away any and gives it a really high polish and hardens it.
That sounds like a machine that we need, doesn't it? That sounds like a machine. We don't have many machines in jewellery making, do we? We should. That sounds like the kind of machine we need.
I might have a little chat with Laura. That might be a good idea.
Yes, that's a good idea. I credit Laura for my love of wire and cabochons, says Zoe. Yeah, no, and I remember Pride of Place at home, I've still got that bracelet. Remember, I took it out and put it on the top of my stone wall in the sunshine.
Weren't you making a Christmas tree at the time?
Yes.
Is that when you were making the Christmas tree?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to teach you how to use those.
I'll show you a picture of the bracelet in a wee while, actually. Have you got your black spinel, though, at $6.95? Because we'll have to move on soon. So if you want to grab yours, do it now. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh, we've still got those little tree pendants as well. And what is this tool here, Phil? Do I need it?
What is this?
Do I need
round
this?
Nose pliers? Zero round nose pliers? Yeah.
Ah.
Is that wrong that I know that?
Definitely need some of these. Well, I'll give them to Laura to demonstrate then. I'll go and find a picture of my bracelet.
Can we demonstrate them?
Yes, please. That'd be even better.
Okay.
And I'll just get this figment of your imagination in my hand and find the picture of the bracelet that we did
focus on me and not Derek.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. So you can use these. These are basically round nose pliers. These are what I used to create the spirals on the actual bracelet. I wouldn't use these for the stronger gauges again, just because they're a little bit more lightweight. But you just place them in and just roll. And what's great about them is they have a really, really fine point. Can you see how fine that tip is? So in fact, what I can do is show you my sort of normal round nose pliers and those, and you can see the difference. They're just so fine in their point. So they're great to really get into those sort of smaller places. If you're working and you really need to get to your wire, they're great for anything like that. And again, just for getting a nice grip on your wire, just rolling that around, just to create sort of a spiral. And again, that gives you that nice spiral effect there. Because the biggest, and this is just a little side note whilst you're doing that, the biggest issue, and this might help you, I don't know if you do this, but sometimes people do what I call sort of eggy spiral, which, because...
Well, she's not talking about me, because I did a pretzel.
No, but it's where you don't get that complete curve on that initial circle there.
Right.
And then when you sort of do it more like an oval, you can see there how it kind of looks more like an egg shape.
Oh, yeah.
And then the whole spiral will become kind of that shape. So this is really great. Can you see? You don't get that sort of natural spiral shape.
Eggy.
So this is eggy spiral. So this is much better for getting that real nice sort of spiral shape and getting in there. They're brilliant, and as I said, I've got these, so they're definitely something to have in your toolkit.
Definitely. Do you know, I can't find it at the moment. I'll look at it, I'll look for it in the rake later. But you've got to see it, because it's brilliant. I love it, and it's pride of place, and we did it with, it was gold-coloured wire, actually, wasn't it? And it was fabulous, really, really nice. So, have you got your round nose pliers now? Because Zurons are always, they are the benchmark, aren't they? They are the ones to go for, aren't they, always? So, again, I promise I was on your every word, but it's
it's the precision, really. For me, that's what Zuron are about. They are about that precision. They're finer detailed. Oh, actually, I do. Look, mine have come. Yeah, that's mine. So I don't normally bring the Zuron ones, but I've decided to bring them today. Not normally part of the team, only because I use them for my more precision work, and I have like my sort of everyday pair. But yeah, these are, as I said, great for, so say for example, you have a piece like this and you want to get in and get that detail. This is where these are going to be really beneficial, because you can get in
into
to that
the
actual,
nooks and crannies,
really nice and close. And you can sort of, so say you want, because you've got quite a lot going on in a piece like this, then that means that you're able to get in really nice and close without sort of, you know, causing any disruption to the piece. So they are great for that precision work.
And actually, I have to say, when you consider how much you pay for something like a pair of secateurs or something that you use in the garden, I mean, I think you're probably going to use these quite a bit more once you get into your jewellery making, and they are worth having, because again, just having that longer handle that is ergonomic, that it's got the rubberized handle so you keep a grip of them rather than slipping off them, or actually, you know, doing yourself any damage if you're, you know, using them an awful lot. And also, it's funny because it's kind of like the most minimum of exertion gets you the maximum output. Do you know what I mean? They're very, very cleverly made, really cleverly made. So they're yours at $14.95. Grab those. Oh, that'll be this, won't it?
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, it's got a big knot in it. It's okay, because you can just go, and knots come out just so easily.
Show you a trick to get knots out.
Oh yeah, go on.
It comes back to those round nose pliers.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. I don't know if it worked with these ones, but yeah, basically you take pliers, go into the middle. It just kind of gets in. There we go.
Oh, look at that. Amazing, amazing. Not quite as interesting as watching us file our nails, but...
I don't think anything's ever going to top that. That's going to be my favourite moment ever of JM life. Were you here when we... Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It was amazing.
It was like, I was there.
It was you, Phil, wasn't it? You made us do that, didn't you? We had no option. Neither of us knew what the dickens they were for, so we just thought, oh, we'll just file our nails with them then. Now, you can wear this at 18 inches, or you can wear it at 16 inches. Oh, is it 16 inches fully length? I'll just check that in a moment, because it's got a little bar where you can wear it shorter. Ah, and it does come with the leaf pendant as well. £8.95. That's good.
That's so pretty. And
that's
again,
really good.
Pop on a little gemstone and just have that as a little, almost like a charm.
That's beautiful. Let me just double check the length for you. Yeah, no, I was right. It's actually 18 inches. Then it has a jump ring 2 inches down the chain, so you can wear it at either 18 or 16. So it's actually 18 inches. Even better. Even better. Because, of course, the great thing is that the end jump ring, so if you normally wear a 16-inch necklace, you can put it in the jump ring at 16 inches, and the excess you can add something to, because you've already got a jump ring at the end there. So you can add a little crystal or a little heart or a tag or whatever you wanted to at the end and further decorate this. What a lovely little gift idea this would make, actually. One for the present drawer. Who has a present drawer? Do you have a present drawer? No, I don't either.
No, but...
Everyone talks about a present drawer on telly, don't they?
No, I don't.
I always think, who are these people? I don't have one.
Have
you got one, Leah? Have you?
Wow.
Have you got one, Mike? No, got a present drawer? No? Phil, have you got a present drawer? Doesn't surprise me. Barbara in California says, what happens to the jewellery that is made on the show, Laura Binding?
As in from the kits, we take it home with us and then we keep it so that we've got examples of our work, really, because sometimes you might say to us, "Oh, have you got any examples of work made, say, with a heavier gauge of wire?" In which case we can kind of say, yeah. And I often use them for the workshops that we run as well.
Yeah.
So I often find that I do cabochon workshops and wire work, so I would often take them as samples for stuff like that as well.
And sometimes we offer them as prizes.
We do.
For various bits and pieces, don't we? Which is wonderful. Or I take them down the market and flog them. No, I don't really. I don't really. Well, I haven't yet. Anyway. Next up. Oh, key charm, as in charm that is in the shape of a key, Derek. That'll be it. Oh, it is a dilly little one, isn't it? Could be key of the door, could be for a nice little charm necklace.
So, like your sort of a landmark birthday, isn't it? Traditionally, like your 21st birthday.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe sort of as a little wedding gift, or sort of like to go on a charm bracelet if you know, represent a new house. Something like that.
That's cute, isn't it? Actually, you could use that on the end of that extender, on that necklace we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Although keys and leaves don't necessarily have that much relation to each other. Well, you know, it was worth a try, wasn't it?
You don't need to make sense in jewellery making.
No, that's true. That's true. Just look at this channel to know that.
Just watch this show.
Yeah.
It gets better.
$2.95. That's cute, isn't it?
It's sweet.
It's nice as well because it is, you know, other than where they've drilled out to add the cubic zirconia and prong set those. Well, actually, I say they're prong set. They'll actually be set in at the time this is cast, which is rather clever. It's a very, very clever little process when you've got gems this small, but still someone has to set one by one by one by one by hand.
Be cute on little earrings as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely something
like
that has
a
some
little
movement.
heart on one side and a little key on the other. That would be a cute pair of earrings.
Yeah, definitely something with a bit of movement in it. Amazing, lovely. Next up, it's time for the Pac-Men to come out. Other games are available. Let's see if there's any shenanigans going on. Oh, no. No, they haven't got to know each other yet. Sometimes some of them are...
friends.
Yeah. It can be very difficult, little blighters sometimes, to get them apart, isn't it? Sometimes you'll have 3 or 4 together. You think, come on. Have a little look. So smaller than regular, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, they're for like the slightly smaller crimp beads that we do. You know, if you see that it says the 3mm, so that's basically to go on over a 3mm crimp bead. So it's just a smaller crimp bead, it just covers those really. But again, you don't have to use them for crimp bead covers. Personally, especially with sterling silver, I like to have bead covers over any of my crimps, any of the findings, because I just think it gives a nicer finish. For me, it looks nicer, and it looks, you know, it looks like it's been made properly. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
No, not at all.
But for me, I don't like to be able to see the mechanics.
Yeah. And I think always the first few pieces you'll make, you'll just go, whew, I did it, I got there. But then as you go on, you'll start looking at, because you're always your own worst critic, aren't you? Always. So you think, okay, well, would I want to see that, or would I want it covered up if I was buying it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even if you're, you know, maybe you're not selling, but even if you're just giving it to friends.
It also just makes a simple bracelet that's maybe been restranded. For example, you know, you've taken your Tanzanite or your Labradorite, popped it onto some bead and thread, a sterling silver crimp, cover and clasp. Very minimal, but that is still a solid sterling silver piece of jewellery.
Yeah.
So to me, it gives that high element of finish as well.
And on average, you only need a couple sort of per piece, don't you?
Yeah, I tend to go for, you just literally need one for either side. But if you wanted to be a little bit more sort of generous, we could maybe use 4 and maybe put a gemstone in between them.
Yeah.
Again, that adds to the pattern and gives extra security.
So you've got 20 to play with, and we're talking about $2.95, which you only really need to spend, you know, sort of
they're great as well.
A few times, don't you, really?
Because sometimes if you do, you know, you might be making something. I'm the worst for this, where I think, especially when I'm restranding something, and I think I've got the crimp bead nice and sort of close to the last bead as such, and you pick it up and then there's a gap. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
And it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
So again, pop 2 of those in, just into those gaps, and it will space them out, but it means you haven't got to restrand the whole piece. It just kind of pads out where you've misjudged it a little bit.
Can I confess something? You have the decision, Laura, as to whether I do or don't.
No, I need to know now. You can't say something like that.
Okay, well, it's to do with seed beading, but the point remains the same. It's all about finishing off, isn't it? Now, I haven't got a thread zapper. and it's for cutting off your tails.
Have you not got?
I know. I have just.
Even I have one of those, and I don't see bead.
Okay, well, I haven't got one for a myriad of different reasons because I'm completely unorganised, and so I thought I'm going to try one of the old Scouts tricks.
You do lose a lighter.
Well, you know, remember when I first started seed beading and I had the wrong thread, so I bought 1,000,005 needles. So I got one of my needles and put a flame on it for a few seconds and then went to melt the end off. Well, I went a little bit too close. And let's just say I could have done with a few of these to fill the gap that it left in what I was working on. So I won't do that again. And I will get a thread zapper, definitely. And I burnt my finger in the process.
Basically, don't do what you did.
I know, don't do that at home, please. But you know what, it's good. It's good. I feel cleansed now. In fact, I could do some wire work now and relax because I've confessed now. £2.95, you lucky people, and that is brilliant because that's working out at 15p each, was it? £2.95? Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Coming up after the break, it's tonight's must-have. Hang on a second, we're not halfway through the show, are we?
We are, wow.
See, I've done 2 mid-shows this week as well, and still they went as quickly. I just don't understand it. This is Apache Gold Pyrite. And we're going to learn more about it after the break. And I'm going to offer you this opportunity. Wow, that's the goldest gold pyrite you've ever seen, isn't it?
I love them. They're really cool.
It is delicious. Really, really nice. So that's coming up as your must-have after the break. So make sure you stick around with us. Get in touch with us tonight. We were talking earlier about what you called your first car, but you can talk to us about anything you like tonight. 60777. Start your message with JM Studio. Any more questions for Laura about that bracelet and how it was all done? We've got another demo with Laura with cabochons in an hour's time as well, which is brilliant. What should we do in the break? Should we go for a run around the maze? We keep threatening to do that, and we keep forgetting to actually do it. I'm going to find that picture of that bracelet that we made together with the tiger's eye and the gold wire. I'm determined to find that over the break because it's one of my proudest achievements ever, and was highly recognised and awarded throughout the company. No, I was so tough because
you actually did that as well. Like you went home and did it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't just say it. Oh, I do it. I do it. I've got 3 or 4 CB projects in progress as we speak. Anyway, listen, we can't sit here and jewel all night. We'll do a bit more though in 3 minutes. Don't go far.
Did you know that if you go to JewelleryMaker.com and sign up to our mailing list, then you'll receive 10% off your first order with us. We'll also keep you updated with special offers, theme shows, program guides and Jewellery Maker tutorials. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Tune in this Saturday for the launch of Wire Jewellery Masterclass by Abby Hook. This book is packed full of inspiration, design ideas and plenty of hints and tips. Each project gives you step-by-step instructions and a material and tools list. So to get your copy, tune in this Saturday at 10 AM. Love Jewellery Maker but don't have an account? You can now purchase items on the Jewellery Maker website through our guest checkout. To do so, select the products you wish to purchase and head over to the shopping basket. Simply enter your email address and select Continue as Guest below. After this, the checkout process is simple. Select your quantity and delivery option and then check out securely. Enter your billing details and either a credit card or PayPal account and proceed to payment. From here, you still have the option to create an account if you wish, making shopping online easier for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Did you know no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging? Select our standard delivery for just $3.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for $5.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Welcome back, everyone. It is, I can't believe it's halfway through the late show already, can you? It's just, I don't know what, listen, I think it took me as long to get here as the show is tonight.
It took me longer.
Oh, ridiculous
traffic today. The traffic was horrific today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It took me 3.5 hours to get here.
Yeah, it's not a bank holiday. It took me 4 hours today to get here.
And I had to leave, I came off the motorway early in the end because it was...
Yeah, I had to do a bit of a, thank heavens for sat-nav, that's all I can say. I had no idea where I was at several points today. I just kept looking at it and thinking, right, okay, I'll trust you.
Before the end of the show, well, in the break, remind me to tell you about an app that's on the phone that's really good for traffic. It diverts you and it shows you where all of the traffic are and stuff.
Yes, I think is it, Waze, is it? Other apps are available.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant because it shows you where all the traffic jams are.
Yeah, because people who are sat in traffic go, avoid.
Stand still.
Avoid. Listen, before we do the must-have, we must talk about Laura's workshops. So if you go to Jewellery Maker and click on tutorials, you'll end up on the workshop page, and you can search your workshops by level of difficulty, designer, and genre. So I've already chosen Laura, and up will pop a calendar, so you can pop through all the different months. But I just want to highlight the next couple of courses that are coming up with Laura. First one's Wirework Intermediate, and that is happening on the 21st of June. And then there is one called Wirework Viking Knit, which is on the 28th of June. Yes. And there's something a bit special about both of those, isn't there, Laura?
Yeah, so I basically went to see Sarah, who runs the workshops, just before I came on air today to see if I could be a bit cheeky. And she said if anyone books on those workshops, just obviously those two for me, because I'm being cheeky, you'll get a mystery goodie bag up to the value of £40. I don't know what's going to be in it, but that's if you book on either Thursday the 21st or the 28th of June.
That's pretty good. So you want to look into that. So there's Wirework Intermediate on the 21st of June, or Wirework Viking Knit on the 28th of June. Get yourself booked in, because basically half of what you pay for the course is coming back to you in goodies.
So you're getting up to the value of that. But tomorrow we're going to be doing the crocodile, and we will be using the Viking knit technique for that, which is why we put that one on for the end of June.
And I did some Viking knit with Linda Bromwell.
But she did Viking knit
this week. Well,
was it Linda?
Was it Linda?
Was it Alison?
That's a good question. It could have been.
Alison demoed some, I think.
Could have been Alison with a lazy daisy.
Yeah.
It was Alison. You're right. Correct. You know, I have the brain like a sieve, and it's great.
Yeah, but we're going to be doing
nice
techniques on that tomorrow as well, and so yeah, that's why we're kind of tying that one in with that. So just wanted to mention it.
Very, very good. Sounds good. It's about time I snuck myself in on one of those as well, isn't it?
You need to come on the workshop. Come on down.
No, I need to. I'm going to get myself a little free pass. I don't take up a lot of room in the corner. I'll be no trouble at all.
I won't say anything.
Yeah,
just, it's fine.
You know
how aren't I working today? I've come all this way.
You know I'm no trouble, Laura, and all that. Tonight we've got something new, something that I have never seen before. In fact, I've never encountered it before. Obviously, I've seen pyrite before, but this is a patchy pyrite from Peru. which is actually a mix of two different elements. And do you know what? I've written them down, and it's written down all the way over there. Leah, my darling, just in the top of the trolley over there. In the top of the trolley over there, would you just grab my piece of paper, darling? Because I always, do you know what, I'm always up front. When I don't know something, I'll go and look it up, because this is something that I'd never seen before. It's beautiful. It's actually, the black within it is something called chlorite, and it's generally found in Arizona in America, actually, but this is a Peruvian deposit. They actually call it a worry stone.
Oh, that's cool.
So that might be worth looking up, worry stone, if you're someone that holds truck to the purported healing powers of gemstones, etc., etc., etc. It's not territory we can wander into on air, but that's what we have. But what I would say is, visually, for those people who love pyrite, who always go for the golden pyrite strands, then this is going to be one of your only opportunities to almost have cabochons of what feels like almost solid gold. Gorgeous, isn't it? Really, really bright and golden. I mean, it's awesome, isn't it? I like that one. I do like that one.
I think it's quite nice as a gemstone as well, because it's not very often you see like a gemstone that you can sort of do for men.
That's true. What would you be thinking?
Very simple, just caging it. Very simple, nothing fancy. I wouldn't do any sort of flourishes or anything like that. Keep it very clean and very simple. I'm also thinking, when you say with it being sort of like the healing properties, or say the worry stone and such, sometimes it's nice just to have that as what they call like a kind of a palm stone, so that you can actually just hold the gemstone.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to actually wear it as a piece of jewellery. My son likes to choose gemstones, because obviously being a boy, he struggles a little bit with gemstones to choose. So
yeah,
he likes to actually find some that he can have for himself, so I think it would be quite nice for that respect.
And look at the difference between the back where it's been cut and the front where that's been polished and shaped. It's amazing, actually, isn't it? And you'll have to forgive a couple of fingerprints, because obviously I need to move these around just to show you. So there's a couple of fingerprints up here as well, but they're mine, so ignore those. But isn't that lovely? It's beautiful. And I have never, ever seen it before. As I say, it was first discovered, apparently, in Arizona. That's gorgeous. £15 and 95 pence. Now, it's 300 carats, so there'll be various shapes for you. Shirley says, boo-hoo, I want to come on your workshop, Laura.
Shirley's been on loads of my workshops.
Oh, have you, Shirley?
I'm going to go and meet Shirley in Cardiff, actually. I will message you about that, because I'm rubbish.
Nice. I've never been to Cardiff, actually.
Have you not?
No,
Come
never.
with us. We would do a road
I should
trip.
do, shouldn't I? Joanna in Norfolk, my nanny had a present basket. She had 9 children and never-ending grand and great grandchildren, I guess. So she never had to worry about forgetting birthdays. Right, we need to know. I'm sorry, I'm being very personal and very nosy here, but do you have a present drawer? Because I know we hear it talked about, especially on Shopping Telly. You hear every other channel someone say, maybe something to put away in the present drawer for, for Christmas. And you just have visions of people having these huge, great, deep drawers. I'm thinking of, when you have a chest of drawers in the bedroom. I've got like one in the bedroom, and the bottom drawer is the biggest drawer. I imagine that to be the present drawer. But mine's full of wrapping paper.
Mine's just full of clothes.
Yeah.
Mine's actually hair stuff as well, hair dryers and curling tongs and.
I bet there's people here watching right now who've done their Christmas shopping already. Yeah, thought so. I saw people nodding. They were nodding, but they were saying.
I know they were.
If you think I'm texting in to tell you, Derek Marks.
Oh no, they'll text.
Yeah. $15.95. Well done. That's the must-have tonight for you in the Apache golden pyrite. Should we do these little silver pendants, Phil? With the peridot and the. Yeah, we didn't do them earlier, did we? Because I got told off the other day when I showed a pair of bail pliers, and then we never got to do them. Then we couldn't find them the day after. Feel very bad. No, we've got this in... oh, do you want me to do the other one? Oh, we've got this in peridot and amethyst, actually, so we're going to do this in peridot first. That's nice, isn't it? Peridot and white topaz. Do you know that could be a good guide for you as well? In terms of your tree of life designs, might just give you a little bit of inspiration, because of course cabochons in gorgeous gem quality peridot, as you're seeing here, not too dissimilar in their appearance to chips.
Yeah.
Some of those come out
That
in
kind of
wonderful
glow.
marquise shapes. And
Yeah,
you can
and
think
then you
about
could
that.
just sort of stitch them in. Beautiful, lovely little pop of colour, isn't it?
Beautiful. I remember lovely Gem Hawks, made me a Tree of Life pendant, and it was with chrome dioxide, and it looks almost, well, not identical to this. Obviously, it looks different, but she made it with a ring of 1 mil, I think.
Probably.
And then made, you know, and it's just, I love it. I love it. I had it hanging from my my rear view mirror in the car, and then someone says, apparently you're not allowed to have things hanging from your rear view mirror. Apparently not.
Are you allowed to have air fresheners?
Yeah, I think they're all right.
What's the difference?
I don't know really. Anyway, I've got it in my little workshop now, my little office.
Do you know on
stroke workshop.
The very first Wirework DVD that I've done for Jewellery Maker, we do a Tree of Life.
Oh, do you? Is it still available?
Possibly.
From all good bookshops. Look at that. Actually, you could make that a ring.
Yeah.
You wanted to?
I just think it's really pretty. Just pop a jump ring and pop it straight with that chain that we had at the very beginning.
Yeah, that bead chain.
Really pretty.
Yeah, because it's just quite a sizable piece.
Yeah. It's nice to have that balance.
Nice, Miss Leah. $24.95. How many grams of silver in this? Okay, nearly 4 grams of silver and nearly 3/4 of a carat of peridot. And that's gem quality peridot. You can see its clarity, you can see it's beautiful. And marquise shapes as well. Okay, let's do the amethyst one. Let's do the amethyst one. They do feel very, very substantial. Very nice indeed. Love these. Again, you know, gem quality, marquise cut, the most wasteful cut.
I think it's one of the prettiest though. I love the way it's
Oh, yeah. It's well worth it. I love the way that's slightly convex as well. Because if I... Sorry, Leah. I'll break my arm doing this. Can you see? Oh, that's nice. Well, you could almost wear it... I know you shouldn't, but you could almost do it the other way around, couldn't you?
That's really...
I know you wouldn't, but you could.
Can I...
Yeah? Try the other one.
Yeah, I want to borrow both of them.
Oh, okay.
I want to try something. I'm sorry to be awkward.
Oh, yes, you could.
But I'm wondering if you could put it
Locket.
One as a locket, but as a multi sort of, so you have it... So I can't hold it properly.
Don't do a double tweeze.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, got it.
So you can see. So from one, you could have it as a reversible, basically. So from one side it's amethyst, and then you turn it around.
Easier said than done.
And it's peridot.
There you go.
So yeah, that's quite cool.
Very good.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I love that idea. Or you could create a locket for it, because you can very, very easily. Who was it? It was Claire, I think. I made. Well, I say I made. She made lockets, and she made kind of wirework hinges. Was it you? Was it you? Sorry. Do you know what? I'm terrible.
You are really bad.
How to win friends. I have the worst memory. I don't even do that many shows.
That was the date that we filed our nails.
Oh, yes, it was, wasn't it? Yes. Yes, I remember now. I'm so sorry, Laura.
Sorry, I don't normally do.
Wow, one of these guest designers. She did really great lockets. Can't have been you. I can't remember who it was.
Couldn't have been me. It had to be someone else.
Oh, Laura, I'm so sorry. Honestly, and I love every show that I do, but honestly, see, to remember them, I'll have to watch them about 5 times over. Maureen says, I have a Christmas present drawer. Presents people have bought me I didn't like. That's a good idea, Maureen.
That is a good idea, though.
As long as you don't gift back to the person that gave you them in the first place. I've been there. My present drawer has overflown to a suitcase under the bed and a giant plastic container on the wardrobe. Birthday sorted and probably Christmas, says Julie on the Isle of Wight.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's a good idea. It is a good idea, though,
I
isn't it?
don't actually have a present drawer, but I have the components in my studio. So I have, like, a drawer where I have, like, chains and sterling silver and stuff. So I know that if I did need to make something super quick, I could just make something. I don't actually have a dedicated drawer.
Do you know what I'm going to have to do on one of my walls in my office at home? Is I'm going to have to write down every time I've done a show. Right, so Friday the... What's today? Friday the what? 15th. Oh, I found that bracelet picture, by the way. Friday the 15th of June, Laura binding, wirework bracelet, and cabochons. Oh, right, let me show you that picture of that bracelet before I forget. And I took a picture. So this is the bracelet that Laura and I made on the Madelon. It must have been way before Christmas because it's sunny. And so along similar kind of lines, but with
but you
round...
actually made the base to that one where we twisted the 3 pieces of wire.
That's right.
So we twisted the wire to make the actual base, whereas on this one
we've
just gone straight to the 1.5, so we don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But it's very similar in its technique.
Love it, and I love that. I'm so proud of it. Obviously, I don't wear it as a bracelet because it's because, but I have it round candles.
It is, yeah, it's good candle and serve napkin holder.
Yeah, napkin rings. Well, if I make another 3, I mean, well, or 4, or 5, or 6, depends how many people are at the table. It's time for On and Gone. That is under £10. We had an under £10 day on
Wednesday.
Wednesday, wasn't it? That's right. Was I with you?
No.
No.
But I was there.
That's right. I was with Deb, wasn't
I?
Right. Let's start then. Is it all these goodies here? Lots of them. Lots of them. Peacock pearls. Okay, here's an example then. 11 of these left. On and gone. Ha ha ha. What? You can't just go around doing that. £3.95. Do you know actually one size of these is like flatbacks as well? So again, if you wanted to incorporate those into a design, like the one that we were doing before with pearls, I did some. I can remember this time. I did some like needle embroidery on beading foundation using pearls like these with Linda Bromwell.
Say, that definitely wouldn't have been me.
It was Linda Bromwell. I remember. It was on.
Is that before or after she did the Viking knit?
One day this week. She just does it all, you see. Alison, I'm sorry. Well, Alison knows me only too well, honestly. She knows I can barely put one foot in front of the other.
It was only by pure fluke that I happened to catch that show, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry about the lockets one, though. That's terrible, isn't it? It was a good show, that, as well, wasn't it? That was the one where we filed our nails.
Yeah.
That's because the nail filing
just
trumped everything, didn't it? Gone, as suggest. I didn't think that would be in the On and Gone, Phil, actually. Back to Australia we go. Cobber? No. No. No, I've never been to Australia.
My cousin emigrated to Australia.
Creepy crawlies.
The big spiders.
Yeah.
Snakes.
Ha! Oh, it's the whole lifting the toilet seat thing. Somebody else would have to do it every time. 11 chances.
Check your boots.
What?
Check if you leave your shoes outside.
Oh, boots. 11 chances. I thought that was related to the toilet seat.
Well, it's spiders, isn't it?
Yeah,
spiders
you're right.
go in your boots.
Don't you just wear flip-flops in Australia?
I don't know. I haven't been.
No, I haven't either. I think it's about time JM sent us. We can go and look at... I've said this to all the designers.
Well, I've got family over there, so I could technically, go and visit.
But business trip, that's a better way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Funded, by the company.
Oh, yeah.
We can go and we can go to Mooka Creek, wherever that is. Is it in the middle? It's in the middle somewhere, isn't it? Let's go and have a little look. Mooka Creek. Creek in Australia. Oh, looks nice, doesn't it? Map of Mooka Creek. Let's just press that on. It looks a nice place. Let's see where it is. It's in Western Australia. Means nothing to us, though, does it? Oh, gone. Gone. Oh. Next, microfaceted black spinel. Oh, it's got caught up in the gubbins. Got to have some of these in your life, haven't you, really? Got to. This is an on and gone. This is an on and gone, this one. So 8 carats of microfaceted black spinel is yours. Oh, well, that's no good. When you pinch the map out, the original place has disappeared.
Why didn't you just put where in Australia is Mooka Creek? It would have been quicker.
$2.95. I don't care now. I'll go to Cuba PD instead. Don't know where that is either. $2.95. I would love to go to Australia. Well, that's very warm. You have to go at the right time of year, don't you? Because otherwise it's too warm. I don't want 40 degrees in the shade, thanks. No good in heat, especially my fingers. I told you about that. Fingers swelling.
In the heat.
I get sausage fingers in the heat because I'm so short that it happens quicker. Be laughing. £2.95. I sometimes have to walk with my hands in the air.
To give it extra height.
Yeah.
Take longer.
Yeah. People think I'm a bit shy. I'm like
help.
that, with both hands in the air, just walking around. £2.95. Which can be a bit embarrassing sometimes. Well done, everyone. Moira. J. Matty in Berkshire, well done. Moira. Hilma. 5 of these, Hilma, well done. Tina, Charlie. It is very good, actually, isn't it? Oh, another message. It's Sally. It's Sally in Dunmo. I don't have a present drawer as such, just hide stuff and then can't find it when I need it.
That's the kind of thing I do. And if I see something for the kids, maybe, and I think, oh, that'd be a nice Christmas present or a birthday present, I put it somewhere and then I hide it so they don't find it, and then I can't find it, and I end up buying them more for Christmas. And then just after Christmas, you go, oh,
there it is.
There it all is.
There it is. And yeah, and I suppose with things for the kids as well, I mean, you know, you have to be on the spot, don't you?
Yeah, it's not too bad if it's something like books or something like that, but when it's clothes or like an outfit, you know, you've got them like a dress-up outfit or something, and it's age 5 to 6 and then now 7. Yeah.
These. On and gone we're doing under 10 at the moment. On and gone under 10. Hello, Phil. Wow, we didn't get any warning of this either, do we? It's not even in my list, my running order. Is it? No, good, it didn't say that, that's all right. Because Tom prepares these great long running orders for me. I very rarely look at them. £4.95. He takes it very personally. £4.95. Oh, does he?
Really?
Oh. Oh. 9 chances. Oh, maybe that could have been a way I could have relaxed with the wire earlier. Take my shoes and socks off.
Yeah. Hold your hands up.
Yeah.
Fine.
I wouldn't find that relaxing. Not on telly.
No.
You can't do telly without your shoes on. Last 3. Little gone. Well, that's what this is about, isn't it? On and gone. Yeah. Got him. Oh no!
No, that's wrong. You should give warnings.
Oh. I've seen a picture of someone's bare feet. Golden shell pearls. Ooh. Oh, I've not had my tea yet. These are lovely, aren't they? Beautiful colour. Beautiful, beautiful colour. £3.95. Golden shell pearls, so they're created obviously, and so they're perfectly round because they are created glass beads, and shell pearls are generally then covered in like a paste of genuine pearl, which is lovely.
They're great because
you didn't hear a word of that, did you? I'm not saying it again. You're not going to pay attention the first time, but I'm not repeating it.
Sorry, what did I make last time we were on together? Sorry,
don't know. Was it
something to do with
Viking knits?
What?
Oh no, you were the Kumahino lady, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right. That's what I did.
£3.95. How many left, Shell, Phil? 10. I knew a guy who had to take his shoes off to eat, says Susie. Even in a restaurant. Is that true? He had to take his shoe off to eat. Oh, no. Alison, oh, she hasn't got the sound on. Thank heavens for that, eh? Thank heaven she's not listening.
She really hasn't got the sound on, that is.
She says, no sound, but the prices are screaming at me. Micro spinel with the Apache Gold Pyrite, perfect. And pearls, how much? What'd the rest of it say? P. Pe.
So she probably says they would look lovely with Viking knit.
Totally true about the man who takes his shoes off to eat.
Sorry, I don't do feet.
Oh no. Well, especially if you've never had a pizza in front of the telly. Aren't we strangers, people? Well done, they've gone. These are gorgeous. These are, I've never seen a colour like this in Jewellery Maker, I don't think.
No.
They're shell pearls, but they're the most beautiful colour.
Trying to work out what it makes me think of. It's
me too.
It's like a fruit peach Melba kind of.
Yeah. Oh, peaches. Ooh. Oh.
Nectarines are better.
No.
Because they're furry.
No. Ooh.
They're fuzzy.
No, peaches, nectarines, all of them.
They're not like nectarines are nice.
Sloppy, wet down the chin.
Plums?
No. I don't mind pump plums. And he looks like a sugar in a plum. Plum! You know plums that have been cut in half and then stuck in the oven with a bit of brown sugar on the top and a bit of mascarpone?
See, that's gooey and...
I'm not picking one up and... No. The relationship didn't last. I'm not surprised, Susie. Ooh, it's not right, is it?
That's strange.
I have to... Before you sit down at the... You know, not that we all go
like
to the Ritz or whatever.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
That's...
Sorry, before you give you the menu, I'll just take my shoes off.
What did you go into a black tie do? Hang on a moment.
I bet there were slip-ons as well.
Oh.
$3.95. There's nothing wrong with slip-ons, by the way. It's just not my thing. $3.95. Hey, he might have had his sandals and white socks on. I'll just take these off before I start.
Oh, so wrong.
Oh. Because men are not very good at maintenance either there, are they?
We need to stop talking about feet.
Sorry. No more feet talk, please.
I'll stop talking about crumpets and lots of runny butter. Stop talking about
they've
feet.
Gone. Right, let's move on. Labradorite bicones. Told you she was naughty, didn't I? When I started. Naughty Laura Binding.
I'm surprised you actually remembered something.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, I christened you that months ago as well, didn't I? And I've remembered. That was after the first show we did, wasn't it? Was it you?
Nobody knows. Was I even there? Probably not.
Do you know the funniest thing was, well, not funniest thing really, is when I came in this afternoon, after, because you know, you look at the schedule page at JewelleryMaker.com and it's always 100% reliable. Not. And I came in, and who was in the goldfish bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Fleur.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I've got the wrong one. And I've mixed these two up before.
To be fair, we always get mixed up, especially when she
I used to call you Fleur, I remember. I call Fleur Pearl.
People message in and say, can Fleur tell us how to no. Because I'm Laura.
And I'm forever calling Fleur Pearl. I don't even know why. No idea, it's ridiculous. $3.95, it's Labradorite. Here it is, bicones. Graduated plain bicones. Oh, is this the right one, Phil? Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'd say slightly more, slightly more saucer, slightly less bicone maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, slightly more saucer.
See, bicone to me is sort of like Swarovski
angular,
crystals,
isn't
aren't they? Yeah.
Angles in, angles out.
It's like a Swarovski.
And the exits are here, here and here. Or in our case, there and there. Rose quartz. Rose quartz. That'll be these then.
See,
medium.
I don't think
that's not medium, that's
nuggets.
mahusive.
They're drops. They're not nuggets to me.
Oh, I've started something. I'm sorry.
No, because they're kind of almost top drilled, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Top drilled drops. It's going to change the name of everything tonight. Actually, Carol has got a song about that. I've heard it at great volume with the TV on volume level 3. $3.95. I always find you have to be very, very careful. You know, if you've snuck downstairs early before your other half and woken up early, and you put Jewellery Maker on, and Carol's there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because you set the volume for for the level there, and suddenly there'll be this boom from nowhere. I love it though. She is funny. She's very, very funny. $3.95. You've got, I'm going to try one of my accents again now. Tomorrow, so Saturday, because you might be watching this on the morning repeat, in which case, let me try and work this out. It's 7:30 in the morning, I think, on the morning repeat.
No, it's not 7:30. It's
it's 6:30. You're right. So if you're up on the early morning of Saturday morning watching the repeat, it's 6:30. Good morning. You've got Vicky Carr coming up at 8 o'clock. Is that good?
No.
No. Okay. Vicky Carr. Vicky Carr.
No.
Oh, okay.
What you do, the worse it is.
Why I man? Vicky. Vicky.
Getting worse. What's going on?
Vicky. And you've got Vicky Carr on the morning show and on the late show tomorrow on Saturday as well, on Wirework Structure Weekend. On the mid show will be Hannah with Her Royal Highness Rachel Norris. It dropped in just at the right moment then. Oh, thank heaven for that. Rachel would never have forgiven me. Hello, lovely Rachel, if you're watching. Let's do... Is it rounds? These look like marbles. We've talked about this before, haven't we? House of Marbles.
I don't know.
Or was it Fleur I was talking to?
Or Pearl.
Or was it...
It
could have been Rachel, because she lives beyond House of Marbles. Have you ever been?
No,
Leah's
it wasn't me, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
OK. In a place called Newton Abbot, which is on the way past Exeter, and I know which of that's nowhere near Bristol, I know, before you say it. I know my geography.
Is it by Exmoor? Is it down by Minehead and Tiverton and all that?
Yeah, it's just Devon, I think. Just the other side of Exeter. Where did I say the place was called? Newton Abbot. That's it. There's a racecourse there. There's also a place called House of Marbles where they make marbles. And these remind me of coloured marbles.
No, it wasn't me, because I'd remember that. That's pretty cool.
OK, we should go there with the kids one day. Other attractions are available. It's quite a good day out, actually. You see how marbles are made.
Our a little cottage out in Dolverton, so if that's down in Exmoor, that's why sort of, if it's in that area, that's something we can do in the holidays.
I'll show you where it is. House of Marbles. I'll show you where it is on a map. Then you can have a little look. Bovey Tracy, that's the place. Let's get rid of that. Oh, get rid of that. Go. It's there somewhere. Why doesn't it pinpoint it? It's down...
It's just a map.
It's down...
It just shows a map.
Down there somewhere. It's on the way from there that way.
I think you need to learn how to...
I need to learn how to use that.
Yeah.
Maybe if I ask for directions, it'll do it. But I don't want the directions now, do I? I'm not going there now. $4.95, be closed. Hello, Sue in Wiltshire. She says, I would love you and Carol to do a show together. It would be hilarious. Yeah, I think it would.
It would, actually.
I think she's much, much taller than me. But that's
she's
fine,
much
because we can
taller
sit
than
down.
everybody, to be fair. We had a show on Wednesday morning. We had all of the toolkits out up to here. And you could see my head. You can still see her shoulders and head and everything. It was fine.
I would love to do a show with Carol. Although Carol and a guest designer, I'm just...
You could be guest designer.
No, stop
with the guest designer.
Don't be
yeah,
ridiculous.
That needs to happen. We could do that, couldn't we? I'll teach you some wire work. You guest design with me, and then we'll have Carol on as presenter.
Okay, well, that could work.
That could work.
That could work. Yeah, director's nightmare. But, yeah, it would work. Let's do it.
I think we should do that. At the end? Yeah.
It's a bizarre name for a gemstone, I've always thought. Nice, though, aren't they? Very similar to the Botswana, actually, aren't they? Mm. Very similar. They have this name I don't like saying. I don't know why. It sounds a bit like sarcophagus.
I think it just makes me think of sarcastic onyx.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like the colours, though. It's sort of mochas and lattes and creamy
Caramels.
swirls, isn't it? It's gorgeous. Very, very nice. You could use that with your, well, you could use it with your rose quartz drops. You could mix it in with some of those golden shell pearls, couldn't you? If you managed to get those. They'd be quite nice. Oh, they've all gone. Right, okay. Well, if you got them, you might have got them. One of the 11 of you. Very, very nice. Just something a little bit different. It is so similar to the Botswana, actually, isn't it? But it's kind of got a, like you say, it's like a toffee caramel kind of background, isn't it? Rather than the grey. It's almost a little bit more translucent as well. Yeah. Like a little bit more translucent, like transparency, sorry, for it. Whereas the Botswana agate is quite a solid block, isn't it, of colour? Yes, it's almost like very, very deep smoky quartz meets Botswana agate and fall in love and have beautiful babies. And these are the babies. Called. I wouldn't call them that, would you? Imagine that. Firstborn calling it that. Let's get that map of Exeter off the screen. Well done, everyone. Gertrude, Wendy, Anne, Christine, Amy even. Millie B. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Millie B in Yorkshire. Do you think that's right? Millie B. Or is it Millieeb? Or is it Millie? It's Millie B. Millie B. Marilyn in Conway, well done. Well, you can let me know, can't you? Susan, Carol, Leslie, Ilva, congratulations, you've all got yours. £4.95 is not bad, is it? At all. Jeanette's just added those to her basket as well. Not that I'm spying, not that I'm looking, but they're in the basket. They're not checked out, but we don't need to worry about it. Oh, they are checked out now, see? See, people know I don't need to nag. No one needs to be nagged to check out a basket. I'll check it out when I'm ready, actually. Sorry, what? Yes. Can you imagine somebody following you around the supermarket? Are you going to pay for those? You'd be quite good at that. Imagine you walk around going, are you going to pay? Excuse me, love, are you going to pay for those? You should pay for that. Take it out of your basket and put it on checkout. You can always come back later. But it might not be here. The worst one, though, is the supermarket analogy to it can be taken out of your basket. Can you imagine sneaking up with somebody else and I'll have that carton of milk, thank you. You were too slow. Yeah. There's nothing left and I want that one and you haven't made the checkout yet. So you haven't paid for it yet and I've got my fiver here. Like being sniped when you're on auction sites, isn't it, right at the last moment? Oh, terrible. It'd be like an episode of, what's that silly computer game where everyone's really nasty to each other? Not Tin Can Alley. It's got 3 words. What's it called? The one where you're just really horrible and you talk to people and you steal cars and things like that. Grand Theft Auto. That's the one. I did think it might be that, but I wasn't quite sure. Grand Theft. That's so. It's awful. Sorry, that's my own personal opinion and not that of Immediate Media TV Limited. But it's just you're just nasty to everyone, aren't you? The object is to be nasty to people. Really nasty. It's quite good just driving around, but you have actually got an object to it, to the game, haven't you? I've played it, Phil. I've watched other people play it. I used to share a flat with someone who used to... it's evolved a bit since the first one. That's true, you just used to get in a little car and just drive around. It was great fun. Great that you could crash into everything. £3.95. £3.95. £3.95. I had none of that when I was a kid. It was just one of those big plastic... I had a big plastic game. It wasn't quite that big, but it was that shape, like a big pyramid, with the controllers. So your left and right was one side and your fire or up and down was the other side. And it was either plugged in with... Do you remember those adapters where at the end it was like a cross? There was a different plug on the end of each 4... Oh, it's just me. It's just me again. Remember when you used to have to actually put cassettes in for the games and then wait 15, 20 minutes for it to load and then... 3/4 of the way through, it would just... crash and you wouldn't know because it never changed the screen, so you'd have to take a guess. It would just stay there looking like it was snowing. Leah, you're like, do not know those days. Yeah, Leah has no idea. No idea. What was it, Phil? Sorry. Oh, pink Peruvian opal, you say, in On and Gone under 10. Are we still doing that? Yes, we are, aren't we? We should pay attention. We should, shouldn't we, Derek? It's probably a bit too late to start that now, isn't it, really? Evening, morning, everyone. Oh, not those. Sorry, Phil, Paul, Mike, Tom, Dick, Harry. See, now I know you're leaving, Mike. So I've forgotten everybody's name. You see, that's everybody's name I've forgotten now. $3.95. That's pretty good. But that other Peruvian opal, that other pink opal, we are doing, Phil, are we? Does that go under 10? Oh, we don't know.
Imagine a tree of life made out of that. That would be beautiful.
Some producer he is. He doesn't even know. Is it? It is, you know. Yes, this would be amazing for a tree of life. You're right. Very Japanesey one.
Yeah.
Or actually, hang on. Do I mean Japanese? Yes, I do.
Like cherry blossom.
Yes, because end of April.
We're like,
Yes, end of April, Japan. Because you know, on the cruise channel, we talk about we have some packages where you go out to Japan at a time which coincides with the cherry blossom festival, where you can literally it's like walking through the rain with all the cherry blossom falling.
That sounds nice.
That does sound lovely, doesn't it? Still not sent me yet. But
I was going to say, have you ever been?
Not bitter.
Just seen the pictures.
No, yeah, seen the pictures. Watch the footage. That's it. They always send somebody.
That's all you need.
£3.95.
That'd go nice with that shell pearl, the peachy one.
Yeah.
Had little dots of colour into it.
Mmm, dreamy. Apart from the peach thing, I can't get the peach thing out of my head now. Were you doing the other pink opal? Did you say, Phil?
Do you like kiwis?
Oh, I don't know. I used to, as a teenager, I used to freeze them and then cut them into slices when they were frozen and eat the slices frozen. Do you know what? I really haven't slept enough this week at all. I really need to get some sleep. You may now not see me for several weeks, if not ever. I've done a bit too much this week, I think.
I'm so glad it's not just me that does that.
No, I've done a bit too much this week. There haven't been enough gaps in between, I think. You know, like when you're of a certain age, like when you're the wrong side of 40, I don't know how that feels yet, but so I've heard, is that if you're going to have a night out where there is more than one glass of anything consumed, that you kind of have to have 3 days notice and then 2 days sort of
preparing
free afterwards to recover. Just to get over it. I can't do a night out anymore. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. When is it, Phil? Oh, is it? No, I can't. Oh, that's rubbish.
That's rubbish.
Well, you just told me now. I've just been invited to Phil's leaving
yeah,
day.
Conveniently
just
late enough that you're like, I can't actually...
£6.95. That's amazing. Peruvian opal. So you can have the chips were, how much were the chips, Phil? $3.95, was it? So $6.95, $3.95, 6, 9,
got back the rose quartz drops.
11 something. Those opal nuggets look like those sweetie necklaces. Oh, yeah. Do you remember those?
They still do them, don't they? And they do bracelets now as well.
Yeah, they just didn't do them for boys. So I had to do I still chop my way through plenty of them, though, I tell you. Under my school shirt.
Didn't you find that gross, though? Because when you chew them and the elastic gets wet. It's horrible.
No, I wasn't bothered about that. It's the end goal.
But you won't eat crumpets.
It's the end goal. Oh, soggy elastic, you mean? Well, that could explain a few things. Those opal nuggets. Oh, yeah, we've read that already. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. I was going to repeat myself there. Not the alcohol that gives you the hangovers, it's the waking up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mind you, do you know what I've taken to... Oh, no, I shouldn't tell you that, really. Well, no, I can tell you a bit of it. I won't tell you the whole lot. But I've taken to, after, if I've enjoyed a few glasses, one at a time responsibly, I've taken to, before I go to bed, eating a couple of chocolate bars. Before going to bed.
Sugared up, basically.
Then going to bed. Please don't do this at home, or do whatever you like, it's up to you. But I find that the next day I'm kind of not quite as bad as I could be.
They do say that sugar helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, do they? Oh, all the advice is coming now. Lucy has said, oh, she's talking about the those tablets that you drop into water to give you extra vitamins, the ones that make you... But I found when I tried one of those that it turned orange.
But I meant to.
No, but I'll say it again.
Okay, yeah. Right.
It turned orange, and that was a bit worrying the day after. You know what I mean? It turned orange. And what was your idea, Phil? Oh, Phil used to work on the cruise ships, and he was saying that actually seasickness tablets, in his experience, he's not a doctor and he doesn't recommend to anybody, but well, obviously you're on a cruise ship. Not just if you're out at night drinking, though, Phil. Seasickness tablets work because they hydrate you rather than
and also certain junk food of certain takeaway restaurants that you can go to.
Isn't it any junk
begins
food?
with the one that begins with an M. That's so full of sugar that if you have that as a hangover cure, that actually you have that for breakfast. That works.
No idea what she's talking about. One that begins with an M. Never heard of it. Joanna, good idea. Joanna. So my cats decided it would be fun to bring a mouse into the bedroom to play with. Now there's a board of it. Now they're bored of it. And I have a mouse running around the bedroom.
So tell you a way to catch the mouse.
It'll go into the corner and stand up like that, won't it?
No. It will just hide. I had a cat that used to bring mice in all the time.
Right.
And he brought one in and it ran into our little... We had like a airing cupboard kind of door. We used to keep our glasses and drink stuff. So, and it had a pipe, so it went up into the loft and he brought a mouse in and the mouse went up. And then the mouse had babies. And so what we had was a carrier bag with rock in it, not on purpose. And it was when you close the door.
The way this is going.
No, it's good. It's a good ending. So when we had the door shut, we were sat there. We just heard this noise, and where the bag was coming, it touched the shelf. So the rock was leaning across to the shelf. So the mice were going along and eating the rock. When you opened the door really quick, they fell into the bag. So we were taking them out into the garden. And that's the only way we could get them out, but they like sweet stuff. So if you put like some sweets or some chocolate or something, they go to that.
Did you take the rock into the garden as well?
No, just in the bag.
So the rock was only in the story once. That's all right. That's good. That's good. What's next?
No, stick of rock.
Oh, not rock.
No, a stick of rock. Candy.
Oh.
What did you think? That's
I thought you meant like rock from the garden.
No, a stick of rock. It was eating the candy. It was eating the stick of rock.
Oh. Yes, eating the rock. Yeah. I should have known that because the teeth would have come out, wouldn't they? If it was a rock from the rockery. Oh. Honestly, I really need to go home.
Yeah. Oh.
I need help.
Yeah.
I think I should have a driver to take me home tonight. Yeah. To me. Don't think I should be let loose in my own car. Deary me.
You're in a different direction to me, right?
Yeah, completely. Well, I think so. Should we ask the map? Fluorite now. Hang on, are we still doing on and gone? We're doing on and gone still under £10. And then the next one we're doing is a star buy after this. This is the last opportunity. What? Sorry, I did Carol then. But sometimes it's good, though, of an evening. I think, yeah, if Alison Terry's still got us on silent.
It's just as well to have us on silent, wasn't it, really?
Good job. Good job, she wouldn't speak to me again. That's it. £5.95. That's pretty good. And look at how yellow that one is there. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Don't worry, Derek, I thought the same about the rock. Simon on Gran Canaria, don't you know? Nice part of the world. Have you ever been?
No.
It's lovely, Gran Canaria. Whereabouts on Gran Canaria are you, Simon? I've been many times. £5.95.
Is that where Tenerife is? That's
another island.
That's what I was thinking of. I've been to Tenerife.
So Tenerife, there's Lanzarote, there's Gran Canaria, and there's some others.
No, I've been to Tenerife, but I haven't been to Gran Canaria.
Oh yes, we're doing one of these now. Stop speaking, everyone. Right. Okay, we've got something. They've been sitting here all evening, actually. And they are very, very limited edition indeed. And do we get all of them, Phil? Okay, these are the world famous South Sea pearls. They're the ones that you, in fact, you're less likely to have heard of them here than you are of channels that bring you jewellery already made up. We've only very, very seldomly had the opportunity to bring them to you. They are beautiful. They're incredible. They come from the coast of Australia. They come from Tahiti. And they are just amazing. And the difference between these and other cultured pearls is that the nacre is so much more lustrous. It has almost a golden luster to it. And can you see, I mean, you can see just how slowly the nacre actually builds up on these pearls. So the layers of the nacre are very, very detailed, almost like they've been created. They're almost like little cocoons almost, aren't they? And they are just stunning. We very rarely, if ever, have them here at Jewellery Maker. Now, there are 5 of them. I will give them, they range in size from 9 to 14 millimetre. And they are very seldomly ever seen on our screens. I think the fact that we have the single figures available kind of shows you where these are. We never have large parcels of them at all. They actually take twice the amount of time that a Chinese freshwater pearl would take. So the development is so much slower than even the Japanese Akoya pearls. So actually that level of strength, that level of luster, that level of distinction, I have to say, the South Sea pearls always sit aside. I mean, I would ask you, you know, again, if you want to do your research, please do, and simply go and search engine, you know, South Sea pearls, and have a look at jewellery prices with pearls made of these, because they really are absolutely, I love this pearl here. I just think the shape of it is amazing. Really, really beautiful. Excuse me, good point, Phil. No two will ever be identical, but you can see there, just from the layers in the banding as it comes up through the pearl, and the quality of that nacre. Because often you'll find when you have banding in pearls, where the bands are, the quality of the pearl sometimes diminishes, and that's because that band has built up so quickly. Because the South Sea pearls develop so quickly, so slowly, should I say, in very, very temperate environments, then that layer of nacre built up very, very slowly and maintains its majesty, if you like. They are beautiful. And you've got 5 of them, ranging from 9 to 14 millimetre round. I mean, 14 millimetre pearl, again, I'll just ask you to tell me how often you see 14 millimetre Chinese cultured freshwater pearls. Hardly ever. Hardly ever. So to have that in a South Sea pearl, I mean, people are paying in gold, and a very small amount of gold, and 1 South Sea pearl, they are paying any kind of prices. I mean, have a look. I mean, I'm not here to say, you know, what it is or what it isn't. I never want to over-egg the pudding. But for those people who know their pearls, oh, you have something amazing. And as I say, that luster is completely and utterly unique to the South Sea pearls, because it has that lovely sort of golden honey hue to it. And it is so strong, it is so deep, and still delivers, but in a very, very different way, those secondary and tertiary tones of colour as well. They're amazing. What do you think, Laura?
Oh, I just think they're beautiful, aren't they? They're just like, you can't stop looking at them. I think that name, again, to say that you've got South Sea pearls, you know, you've got a pair of earrings right there, haven't you? You've got a lovely, beautiful pendant. And I wouldn't do anything complex with them. No. You know, I would do just a sterling silver head pin or maybe a piece of wire. I know Fleur did a pair of earrings where she just kind of flattened out the wire, and then they kind of were suspended. So, you know, very simple, very clean, all about that gemstone really for me. It would be just really showing them off. I mean, you've got a suite, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got a pair of earrings, a pendant, a ring and a bracelet.
And they're through drilled, so north-south. So the traditional way pearls are drilled, so straight through the centre, north to south.
I'll just see if I can get an idea of what gauge of wire would go through. Definitely a 0.4.
I think it is going to be probably limited to a 0.4, I think.
You'd be surprised.
I think. Let's have a little look. Although if you've got, obviously if you've got a Dremel and you want to have a go at, have we released Jan's DVD with the
Not yet,
pearl
I don't
insetting?
No, I don't think so. I remember she's saying it's due
out,
out, but July or August,
July,
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I've recorded a DVD with Jan where she's doing pearl inset jewellery. Oh.
That's a 0.6.
Wow, no, I didn't think that would go in.
So that's on a 0.6.
And that's perfect, actually,
and that's
isn't it?
going quite
that's
nicely
snug,
through.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit of movement, a little bit of resistance. So again, that would make a lovely earring. Finding you could hammer and flatten that wire just there, form that over into a hook, and there's your earring.
Stunning.
Obviously, you would do it better, but just as a small version. Simple.
It is the final 3 opportunities. Do you know, Phil, how many we had originally?
Wow.
Crikey. We had, now the only reason, okay, this makes sense now, $59.95, because I look at that price and I think, right, okay, is that per pearl? Because it really should be. We originally had 340 something in the quantity. We are now looking at the last remaining single figures of these. Awesome work, but it is now the last 3 chances. Now, I don't know what the gap will be between seeing these and seeing your next South Sea pearl. And also, well, it's not just that, it's your chance of seeing it on a late show as well. If you're someone that can generally only join us on a late show, other than the weekends, then sometimes, you know, it shouldn't be the case, but it is. Sometimes, you know, premium product is loaded into our morning show because we have a free view audience there and, you know, yada, yada, yada. It's the biggest show of the day. So often, I mean, the late show gets some fabulous products. I think we just demonstrated that in the last hour by doing that all of that on and gone, most of which have been under £5. I'm going to leave those with you. They are spectacular. In fact, we're going to just sit there in awe of them right the way through the break. Stay right where you are. Coming up after the break, we are talking about more beautiful wire and fantastic cabochons coming your way. That is truly spectacular. And that's all from, is that all from the kits tonight?
Yeah, all from the one kit.
That's amazing. That really is beautiful, isn't it? Okay, well listen, you'll want to see what we're up to straight after the break, so stay where you are. We're back with you in about 3 minutes. Don't go far.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@JewelleryMaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
Tune in this Saturday for the launch of Wire Jewellery Masterclass by Abby Hook. This book is packed full of inspiration, design ideas, and plenty of hints and tips. Each project gives you step-by-step instructions and a material and tools list. So to get your copy, tune in this Saturday at 10 AM. Did you know no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging? Select our standard delivery for just $3.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for $5.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
How bizarre. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to the very bizarre late show. I don't know if there's something in the water, something in the tea that Lucy's made through the evening. No idea. Or maybe it's just the combination of us two and those two and Leah and Lucy. It's just one of those nights, which is great.
Seems to always be one of those nights when we're on there.
Always. Always. I'm kind of feeling like, you know, I might be the common denominator. Yeah. Still, we have a laugh, don't we? And that's the main thing. So, let's do Cabochon Beauty. That's a nice name for a kit, isn't it? I have to tell you, I have to show you this cabochon. I'm hoping you can see through this cabochon. Oh, you can only see the white band, can't you?
You can't see it.
You can't see. I've got a little torch. Oh, hang on. Hold. Please hold the line. Your call is important to us. If I put a torch at the back of it, you'll see. Oh, now look at that. It's like a magic cabochon. Now, hasn't that, because there's a lovely, beautiful band going all the way through that. Now, hasn't that brought that cabochon to life?
That's beautiful.
Oh, I love that. That's like a sunrise. Now, obviously, you can only do that with the light behind it. Should we try it with another one as well? Let's try it with another one. Let's see if it does the same to this one as well. Because it will only come through, obviously, if the layers are sort of translucent in any way. So they're
this
not.
One would be better then.
They're not on that one. Let's try.
No,
let's try another. Because in your oh, now look at that. That's stunning, isn't it?
What I love about this is how every single one is different. How every different, different banding.
Well, this one has one as well, look. It's not the same one that I've picked up before. Even with my bad memory. Look at that. It's down, it's a bit lower, that one.
Ooh.
Cute, isn't it? Oh, now look. Oh, now you're just showing off now.
No, I am, aren't I?
Look at that. Check it out.
And that one.
So the first thing to do... Oh, she's got another one there. The first thing to do then, with your cabochons when you get them home...
Shine a light on them.
Shine a light. Well, that's nice, isn't it? It's like a mountain peak, isn't it? The sun at the top of a mountain. Because some of them are like, I noticed actually this this particular one here reminded me a little bit of a picture jasper, just because of the banding and the lovely shapes on the banding. Just a little bit different. Now you would never believe, would you? You would never believe, you know, because it is a dark gemstone, but you'd never believe actually there was so much life. Ah, do you know what you've just done there? You've echoed on the outside what could be on the inside. Did you have that in mind? Yeah, go on, tell us now that's why you did that. You shot a light through every single one and thought, I know what I'm going to do.
To be fair, when you see them in person, you don't need to shine light through them. You can see the banding. I mean, holding this here, I can see this one's literally lit up. So
yeah.
You can see that.
Let me show you that one again, because this one's fab. And remember, I've got my studio sample. Laura gets sent 2 kits. So
this is my second kit, and this second one is completely different to the first one. And what I try to do when I get kits like this, where I don't, you know, it isn't sort of a uniform strand as such, I open one and then that's what I will use, because otherwise I'm being a little bit biased, because I'll choose which ones I prefer. And to me, if I'm receiving this as a kit, I'm going to work with what I get. So obviously the designs would be influenced differently with which ones you get, and you can see the difference. And this is the kind of kit for me I would multi-buy, because we've got 3 samples here, and all of them are different.
They're amazing. Again, I mean, yeah, beautiful. And it's just those subtleties in the stones, actually, and they will. I think, you know, it's a case of, you know, the stones will sort of communicate with you and kind of say, right, you know, this is the kind of design it should be.
Yeah.
Let me just show you again with my torch on this one, because now I've seen this, I'm fascinated by it. I think that's awesome, because that really demonstrates the banding within the stone. And sometimes it goes, you know, straight the way through the stone. Sometimes it takes a convoluted journey. Let's do another one. I love this one. It's my favourite one, this one. Look at this. Amazing.
So the one you're going to use to make a long.
Oh yeah, we're making a long, aren't we? Oh, right, now, stop playing with the torch then, because we're making a long again. I'm going to have 2 projects to take home, aren't I? Right, that's yours, isn't it, for now? But save that to myself.
And Derek would just suddenly...
Yeah, hop into action. So, in your kit, you will have 298 carats of the banded black onyx cabochons. They are multi-shapes. So you should get 6 cabochons.
Wow.
Because it says ×3 ×2.
See, I don't know if that's what it is, because
I've got 6 here.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm sure I had. If I had napkins, was there 6?
Yeah, 6.
I think I thought it was 8.
It's 3 pieces ×2.
It's matching in things.
And in terms of your wire, it is 3 meters of 1.5mm gauge, which remember we used in the silver wire in the first kit. Oh, and another metre and a half of, so you get 4.5 metres, so 3 metres, 1.5 metres, both of the 1.5mm gauge. Fantastic. And that is yours for $14.95. And I have to say, when you look at the average size of the cabochons as well, oh, have you got something different?
No, I didn't realise that they were different lengths.
Yeah, yeah. So one's 3 metres and one's 1.5 metres.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought they were 2.
They do look the same, don't they?
I thought they were 2 the same, but...
Yeah, no, it's 3 metres and then another 1.5 metres. That's right, Phil, yes? I can never tell from the system. It puts everything up twice anyway.
No, I haven't seen the 1.5 metres or 1.5 before. So that must be a new wire that we've got. But again, it's great if you just need that little bit extra for your pieces.
And if you look at the average size of your cabochons, hold one there and another one there and another one there, keeping that one there, and another one there. They're all big, 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 sizable cabochons. And they're not just big, they're also quite deep as well. When I say quite deep, rather than being flat like a platelet, they're actually, can you see, look, they're more like a rounded sort of pebble almost, aren't they?
Yeah, they're lovely to work with, and they're going to be ideal for this this technique as well. We're going to actually show how to use the 1.5.
Love that banding.
With it, yeah.
It's beautiful. Oh yeah, we have got part 2 of the kit. Come on, Derek, get on with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, still got 6 there.
Have you got one over there?
You've still got my favourite one there.
No. Yeah, I've got your favourite one, but I seem to have lost one.
Oh, have you?
How have you done that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want another one back?
No, it's fine.
Oh, it's over there on the mat.
No, that's Labradorite.
Oh, okay. Shows how good I am with my gemstones, doesn't it? Right, okay. Now this time we have black faceted agate rounds to work with this kit, obviously. Oh, they're very sparkly as well, aren't they? Mm. If I told you that was spinel,
I think I thought it was.
Yeah, you wouldn't
sparkle.
You wouldn't disbelieve me, would you? You've got 10 metres of your 0.4 in your gold wire, gold-coloured wire. You've got 10 metres of your 0.6, and you've got 100 metres of your 0.25. Now that will go very, very nicely with your 1.5. And £18.80. That's not the price. That's not the price. I love a 0.25. I've not seen 0.25 in a kit for a long time, actually. 0.25 is great. £8.95. Wow. Oh, see, that's great. That's brilliant just for the wire, actually, isn't it? So 100 metres of 0.25, 10 metres of 0.6, 10 metres of 0.4 for your weaving. Brilliant. £8.95. And I personally, I'm sure you're the same as me, I haven't seen 0.25 in a kit for a wee while. Certainly
no, not as commonly as we used to see it.
For me personally, and I know I do have a terrible memory, but 0.25 sticks in the mind. Wow, no. It has been said. I haven't seen 0.25 in a kit for months, and I would say pre-Christmas by a long way. I can remember there's one that sticks out in the mind, and it was definitely Deb Rudge, who did an owl in a tree. Because I can remember she gave me some 0.25 and said, just scrunch, and that's how you make your...
Yeah, it's
branches
great for, it's great for
stuff like that.
Filling in, and you sort of make little wire beads out of it almost as well.
Gorgeous. £8.95 for a kit, whenever, on the Friday Late Show. That's whenever. And actually, you might be watching this at 7:10 in the morning on Saturday and thinking, what? What? A wire kit at £8.95 with some black agate faceted beads as well. Even better. Even better. Faceted rounds at 4mm, looking very much like spinel.
And again, it just adds that extra detail, I found, just to your pieces. It's just nice to have those additional wires. And I mean, we are going to make the pendant just using the 1.5 and the cabochons, but you can see how the additional wires have been used to sort of add that detail, add those gemstones, and just sort of do that weaving element.
£8.95. How many kits have we got live on Friday night, Phil? Right, we've got 100 available. So I can't speak for Saturday morning on the repeats, but it might be worth trying to get a cheeky add to basket on that one for £8.95. That's ridiculous. That's really, really good. Always good to top up on your wire, and that's 3 very, very useful sizes. 0.25 you use all the time. And because you do go through an awful lot of it, 100 metre reel, 10 metres of your 0.4, 10 metres of your 0.6, which both go an awful long way. You know how far 10 metres of 0.4 goes, even if you're weaving away to your heart's content. I mean, it just goes on forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's great, and you can add your gemstones onto it as well, your finer gauge gemstones. But what I've actually done, because again, you could make a gold version of the bracelet we made in the first demonstration, using the black agates, using your 0.6 instead of your 0.8, it's just as easy to use that. But I've actually used 0.6 to weave on this necklace here because of the fact that I've got a 1.5.
Yeah, so you've stepped up the weaving wire.
Because I wanted to not use as much 0.4, I would have used a lot more 0.4. But because of the fact that I've got such a strong base wire, it's practically solid, so you can use that stronger gauge of wire to weave. And I've also used the 0.6 to net on that one. So whereas in the first kit I didn't use the 0.6 at all because it didn't really fit with what I was doing, you can see how you could use 0.6 gauges for netting as well.
It's beautiful. It's like 2 harps there as well, wasn't it? Almost like harp strings coming through. That really is. It's gorgeous. Very, very nice. Oh, that's brave as well, isn't it? Weaving with a 0.6. I haven't graduated that far yet.
No, don't.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, remember I did. Or was it you know my wirework Christmas tree? What was that I tried to gizmo?
Oh, yeah, you did. You tried to, but that was a really bad combination of wires, wasn't it?
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Sorry.
worked now. Belongs to Liz and Tony now.
Ah, that's
on the
nice.
Wirral.
No, but the other thing I'll say, if you're practicing your weaving, this is good for you as well. If you wanted to practice your wire weaving techniques, I know that Claire's launching the separate wire weaving DVD tomorrow morning, I believe. 1.5, the heavier gauge, and then your 0.25 are absolutely brilliant to practice your weaving. So if you just want to practice the weaves and get your head around the weaves, they're a lovely combination because you've got the heaviest gauge and the finest gauge, so you're going to find it a lot easier. And again, your 0.4, so it's lovely, just even if you just wanted those wires to practice your weaves, it's lovely to have it.
So is Claire on the morning show on Saturday?
Yes,
Ah. Which is either in 3/4 of an hour's time
or tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9, 8.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It would be, I've got to work it out now, 10, 12, 8, 10 and 3/4 hours, depending on when you're watching. So I'm going to say morning mummy and morning Vicky. Vicky, sorry, because I can't do that accent. I've tried so many times.
Is there an accent that you can do?
Yeah, Northern Ireland. What about you, Elizabeth? Like Jim McDonald. See, that was good, wasn't it?
That was quite funny.
There you go.
Okay.
Just haven't got Bristol sorted yet, but you wait.
Or, where's Vicky from?
Vicky.
Durham.
The North East. County Durham.
Yeah. No. Stop.
Keep practicing.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually, as I said, I'm going to show you how to make this pendant here, because this has been done using completely the 1.5 and the cabochons. Okay. Now I have actually hammered and textured the wire for this piece, but we're not going to do that because, one, we don't have a hammer with us. We have the steel block, but we don't have the hammer.
And we don't want a headache.
It's a jewellery hammer as well, not a sort of...
maintenance hammer.
Yeah. And I'm a bit nervous of... I don't know, have you ventured into hammering?
No.
No, yeah. We'll just do it without.
I don't like the inference of that comment. I think she's inferring that I would... If I had a hammer, straight through the set. Yeah, probably the way I am tonight, it's probably best that I don't have a hammer.
Yeah, we're going to go with no. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can adapt it if you haven't got a hammer. So it's only one slight thing that we'll do different, which is just where the wire is... In fact, I'll take the piece off here.
Do I need to source some round-nosed pliers from somewhere?
I'll push out, it's fine.
Okay.
So again, 1.5, so I'm going to be using my bead long flush cutters, not my zirons.
Right.
And then I just need my round nose pliers, and then I just need the chain nose pliers.
Checking my ends.
Yeah, so you...
Oh, no, I need to do that one.
So on the piece here, you'll see that I've kind of hammered and just kept that as a flat piece. I've kind of flattened it. So if you're not hammering, I wouldn't tend to do this with just round wire as such without it being hammered, just because it won't look as nice, if I'm honest. So for that example, we'll do a spiral. So I'm just going to, again, like say, just trim the edges so that they're going to be nice and straight. Now you need to choose your cabochon. I will be honest, if you're going to be practicing this...
Oh, sorry. No, ladies first.
I'm going to use this one. So actually...
This is the one I can shine my torch through. Look. So beautiful, this. Look. Sorry, Laura. We'll get started in a minute.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. There you go. There you go.
I was actually going to say that a kind of a more angular gemstone would be better if you are starting. So, no, that's right, because it's got angles.
Oh, okay, because it has got an angle, yeah.
Yeah, rather than an oval. Because you've got, basically, what you need to do is stop any escape routes. So if it tapers down, it's straight away, you've got an advantage when you're working with it.
Yes.
So that's what I mean by that. And again, what I'll say when you're working with cabochons is, have a look at them. I've got a lovely selection of different shapes here. It's lovely to sort of pair them up if you want to. I was going to do a pendant like that. But I decided to do a bracelet and some other designs instead. But that's a lovely design I put together.
It's like an arrowhead design.
Yeah, so don't be afraid to sort of play about with. See, I don't like that as much. I like the sort of the point of the gemstone going down. But it's preference. But for this, I would say to make life as easy as possible when you're first doing it, have the pendant facing down again because of the fact that it tapers down, so it's going to be easier to catch. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with this. What?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
No, go on.
So the point
Yeah, so it will set like that, so it would be set like that.
Yeah, right,
As
cool.
opposed to like that. Do you want it to be like that?
No, it doesn't matter.
You want it to be like that, don't you?
Yeah. It's all right,
It's
but
like
listen.
talking to my son. This is like talking to my children.
No, but also, Laura, I want to be 6'3", but I can't have that either,
No,
so it doesn't really matter.
No.
It doesn't matter.
No.
No, let's do it this way.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Just because when you've actually set it like this, your point to set the bail on is a finer sort of area as well.
Yeah.
So that's something that will be a little bit tricky. And what I will say is get the technique first.
Yeah.
Once you've got that technique and you're used to it, then that's when you can sort of work around different angles, okay?
Okay, ready to begin.
Sorry, I feel mean now.
No, don't at all. It's me being spoilt brat.
Yeah.
She's compared me to her son. How old's your son?
8.
Oh, great. Lovely. I'm not quite 8.
No, it's 7.5.
Yeah, in here.
So, as I said, if you had I've got a steel block down here, so I'm just going to show you. Oops, that sounded worse than it was. So, if you're going to be sort of using a steel block, you could obviously take your wire, use your hammer, and just kind of flatten that very gently to get that effect. Okay? If you're not going to be hammering...
I've got a hammer and block at home. I know. It's a jewellery one as well, you know.
Maybe we could put that into the challenge when we do a challenge show.
Yeah. Maybe I should practice lots first.
Well, I can teach you. We'll have a lesson. Right. So basically I'm going to, again, same as we did with the first demonstration, we're going to actually form a spiral.
Right.
And I've got a little confession. Sorry, I moved my hand and everything then. One of the necklaces over here at the very end, if you see the one at the very end, see that part there?
Yeah.
That was where I made one for one of these and changed my mind. And I kind of had it maintained the shape of it. So when I did this piece, I kind of just reformed it over the cabochon. So don't waste your wire. You can always maybe reuse it, but you can see the spiral there. That was my initial start of this design, and I changed my mind and then redid it. So again, I'm going to go in. I will give you my pliers in a moment. Again, I know we had the 0 ones, but for this I would say use just like maybe the ones you get in the standard toolkit, just because they're a little bit stronger. So we're going to be going for that effect, okay? So again, how open and close you have it is your preference. But what you want to do is place this over your gemstone and think about where you want it to be. So although this is actually very simple in its actual technique, it's something you do need to plan, and it's something that you need to keep going back and checking and take your time to get it right, because the other thing that's quite important is it's very clean in the lines. So again, if I show you it from this view, you can see that the lines are very clean, and so if you make any mistakes, so say I made a mistake at this part, it would be very visible. So you have to just be aware of making sure that you're very decisive on that movement. I'll show you the back quickly. You can see again, I did these little angles here. I'll explain about those. It's just where I'm tightening up the wrap, just because it is such a heavy gauge of wire. Okay, so place that where you want that to go, which side you want it to go on, which direction you want it to go on, and obviously be aware of possible the banding as well. Oops, I moved that into the shot for you. You don't necessarily want to go over the pattern if you want to. Just be careful and plan it. So I'm going to place that on. And then what I'm going to do is just now it is a strong wire, so you are going to have to, see if I can use these might not be quite strong, I have to borrow these. So get an idea of where you want it to go, and then just bring an angle, sharp angle, so it's going to look like that, so that when you place it on a gemstone, it's almost got a place to sit. You're almost creating a seat for it. Okay. Although that's not going to hold it, because obviously it's not at the bottom. What it's going to do is because the wire is so heavy, it almost catches it and holds it with the strength of the wire. Okay? So going across.
I need more loop in my loop.
And then what you're going to do again is almost have a little look, and I can see that the wire's about there. So what I'm going to do is take this out again, and then I'm going to come forward again with my pliers. So now that if you look at it like this, it's starting to form that shape. Can you see what I mean? So that bend is now at the edge, so that the next stage is for this to come across the front of the gemstone, if it's slightly for you. So I now need to form this to sort of create that loop. Now I'm again looking at the gemstone, I'm looking at the markings, and I don't want to kind of go into too much of the markings, so I can just plan that. So again, I'm going to bring it across, and you need to kind of mould it as you're going as well, and sort of push that down. Okay, take the stone out. Using my chain nose pliers now, I'm just going to create that angle. So it's starting to look like this. Now, if you were to use the hammering technique, you know, you're going to need to come back in at certain little points. Drop this, I'm going to have to move it out of shot. So I'm going to have to move it sort of right to the edge of your desk so that you've got this area here. And then you can place it on the edge there. Then you can hammer it, because you need to just hammer that little section, you know. So it's one of those where you have to kind of really take it to the edge, gently hammer it, and kind of pre-plan it like that. Okay? And they're not all exactly the same. So placing that again into place, I can see how it's looking. So you can see that there. So can you see that, Derek?
Yeah, I can
I'm
see
just
that.
seeing the concentration phase.
Yeah, no.
It's the first time I've noticed.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm a bit behind, but I'm fine. All over the place. Yeah, no, I have started, Mike, yeah. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm just a little bit further behind. I need to come back.
So, okay, so I've got that wire there. Okay. And again, I'm just sort of seeing where that wire is going to meet the edge, and I'm just marking that with my thumb. And I'm going to take my pliers again.
Cute.
And then again, just placing that back in. So you will do a lot of checking, because you can see just by doing that, what I've done is I've made that a little bit more narrow. So I need to come back in and just slightly widen that back out, that section there. So this is why you have to keep going back, checking, and now that fits much nicer. So you can see you will have to keep tweaking little parts of this. And then again, now I went straight across the center of this one, just because I had quite a plain looking gemstone. It's plain, but it's not. When you look at it, you can see the banding, but visually from the front, it's not as decorative as, say, this one. So I thought it suited it. Again, it's your choice. So if I wanted to do that, again, I'm just going to make a note of where to sort of bend that wire so that I've got that bend. Come back in with your pliers. And again, if I was going to hammer this now, before I actually bend it across, I would place that on the steel block, hammer it to approximately the width of the gemstone, and then do the next stage. Just so that you, if you were hammering it, just so that you can see how you would get that texture going across the front. So placing your gemstone back in again. So you can see I've got that there, and I can choose now to either repeat this technique here, where I just have it going back across almost like a prong, or I can have it going straight across the gemstone. But visually, if I'm looking at this, it's going to start to interfere with the pattern. So on this one, I might just go back across. So again, same as before, taking your pliers, and you can have it quite an open kind of prong if you wanted to. So I'll turn it around for you. So you can see now, just doing that, it's starting to hold it. This is why using a tapered kind of gemstone to start with is going to be more beneficial, because if you're using an oval gemstone, it does still work, but it's going to be a little bit tricky. You kind of have to take a little bit more control and action with it. So I would say practice with these kind of angled ones first. Even the square one would work, because you've got those points so that that gemstone can't actually escape.
Oh, I wish I'd have chosen the square one.
Are you glad you chose that one now? I did think it might be a little... How are you getting on?
Well-ish.
No,
I need to come back. I need to come back.
Yeah.
I want to come back in between those two.
So if we have a look at where Derek is. So first of all, what you need to do is make sure that that's hooking.
Yeah.
So it's actually going to catch that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can see this is Derek's. No, it's good. It's good. And so then what you want to do is, Derek wants to bring this wire to this point, so he's gone a little bit high up. So that's where you would take this back out, take your pliers, and then you're just going to angle that down. So you're just repositioning it. And now that's going to be back in more in the place where you want it to go.
Yeah.
And then before you do that next stage, just gently push it so that it's starting to go around that gemstone.
Yeah.
So it's angled. When you take it out and then come in with your pliers, remember again, look at the depth of your stone. It's not deep, but it is a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
So again, I would come in and just kind of get that angle, then pop your stone in. And then you can start to sort of see where you're going with that. All right? There's the pliers. Like that. So, yeah. And you do need to use a bit of pressure to kind of flatten it against the gemstone as well. So just placing that where I want that to go. Okay, and again, I'm just going to go across. So placing that stone in. You can see now. And now what can happen is, can you see how that's kind of bagging away from the actual gemstone? I'll show you from
how do you fix that?
Angle. You can't see it too well. Yeah, it's just a gap. Again, that's just taking that time. There you go, you can see it quite. It's still holding it, but it's just it's coming away from the gemstone slightly. Again, that's just going back and taking your time. And then, so if I wanted to make that a little bit tighter, I would come back in very quickly, sort of just adjust that whole move, and that's something that when you do that now, that's going to fit. That's actually fitting better. Okay, and that's one quick move as well, so you don't have to do anything too complex. And then when you get to the top, again, I'm going to bring this right across the front like this, so you can see that that's starting to hold it, because this part is quite a key part, because what you need to do is almost catch the front of the gemstone and then almost bring it. I show this one. I should be able to take this off of here. Let's see if this works. There we go. So when you're doing this part here, the actual bail, I want it to come across and catch the front of the gemstone. But can you see how I've had to kind of really make sure it goes over the back of the gemstone as well, so that it's central, but it's also balanced and it's going to hold that gemstone. Okay.
Oh, quick question from Shelley. I'm still here, by the way.
I do have a presenter with me.
Laurie, why are you not leaving the stone in place and bending the wire around it?
Would you like to answer that? Can you work it out?
Because the wire is such a heavy gauge that you won't be able to manage it, because it hardens as you're going around.
That's basic. It's just too fiddly, because you can't get the sharp angles. So if I was trying to do this now, the only point that I would leave it in is this part now, because you can't get that tight wrap. You saw I had to put my pliers in to adjust that, and that is the reason it's such a heavy gauge of wire. And you don't need to be honest, because you can tweak it as well as you go in. So you can see that's held in place now. That's nicely and secured. Okay. So then what I'm going to do now is just bring this wire again. I'm just using my finger just to kind of bring that centrally. It's a little bit off centre now. So again, it's something that's going like that, and that's a little bit off centre. So I would take the time to make sure that was central.
Sorry, I'm there.
You're there. So now what I'm going to do is, now the nylon pliers are very handy because you can kind of come in over the gemstone and almost hug that wire to the gemstone with these. You're not going to damage the gemstone or your wires doing that, okay? And then again, you can kind of, if you felt you needed to, tweak it. This is why I prefer to do this with the hammered wires. I just find it hugs the gemstone a little bit nicer than the rounded wires. So if I show you what I mean by that, you can just see, it still works just as lovely, but my personal preference is to have that textured effect. So I just find that because you flatten the wire, it just looks a little bit more, again, it's just a different look. So again, what I'm going to do now is take this wire, holding the whole piece nice and securely, bending that wire quite far back and quite tightly over that gemstone as well. And this is quite key because this is only a little kind of catch here. You really want to make sure that that goes back quite securely. Now again, if you're going to hammer, turn the piece over like this, hammer this side. Oops. So I'm going to actually hammer that side of it because it's going to roll over towards the front, and that's what will give you that textured look. So if I hammer this side, it's going to be the inside of the loop. So that's why you do that. So again, Depends how many kind of loops that you're going to want. I don't know if I've got my bell making pliers, sorry. Sorry for the noise. I have. Didn't we have these? Bell making pliers?
The other day.
The other day. Meant to. So what I'm going to do now is take the wire and I'm just going to roll. I'm using the larger side. These are the largest bell making pliers that we do, and I'm just using the largest sides. Just for me, I like that balance of having a larger bail to go with the pendant. And I'm just going to roll that around. Now, that's probably going to do quite a large bail. I could have cut it a little bit shorter, but it's fine. So you've got that there. And that is pretty much, you just tweak it if you feel you need to. And that is your captured, and bear with me, I'll just pop it on there for you to see, cabochon. And you can see that's been captured. And again, I'll just show you the back so you can see the back. If you felt you needed to kind of reposition the wires in any way, you can come in with your pliers again and just very gently sort of bend them. So again, if I show you on this piece here, sorry, I took all the pliers.
No, you're all right.
If I show you here, so you can see on this one I don't really need to, and again this is because this is a tapered gemstone, so straight away life's been a bit easier. But on this one, because
I hear what she's saying. I can hear you.
Because it's got a natural catch because of the shape of the gemstone. Whereas on this one, I've had to reposition the wires a little bit to make sure it's supported at the bottom and make sure I've caught all of those. And to do that, I've had to kind of pull at a slight angle at the back of the of the wires. But it's tightened it up and it's held it nicely in place.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a challenge, was it really?
And then this is, again, this torque's been made. If you see, it's just been, I've actually hammered this with it round. What I haven't done is flattened the wire and then textured it, which is what I've done on the pendant. With this, I've actually just put the rounded end of the hammer on the actual round wire, and that gives this lovely kind of textured effect, but it's not flattening, but it also strengthens and secures this, and then you can just pop on your pendant, which we'll go for this one. Oh, I always get it the wrong way round. And no, I had it right first, so sorry. This is the trickiest part. I can make the pendant, but I can't actually get it on the torque in the right direction. So it goes in that direction, and that's, which is great because it also means you can make this interchangeable. So you can actually have one torque, and then you can have interchangeable pendants. So, and that's it. How are you getting on?
Well, I thought I'd have a bit more of a subtle bail on mine. You know, it's one of those that just sits there demurely. Well, I'm captured.
That's good. That's good. It's a heavy gauge of wire, so it does take time. To be honest,
sweating.
You're sat there, you're having to listen to what you've got to do and trying to do it as well as sort of pay attention. So when you actually got in your own, when you're at home and on your own, and you can do this in your own time, you can take that time to make sure it's exactly as you want it to be, not because you're in a rush.
Yeah. Oh, is that you finished? I'll finish that off.
No, we need to see the finished one properly.
Oh, no, because I've just, do you know what I just did?
You over fussed.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
No, over fussed, so basically you couldn't leave it. I had to go back.
Yeah. I was trying
and then when you do that, you kind of make it. Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Change the pliers.
Yeah. Right, okay, 2 seconds, everyone.
Relax. Right, and the other thing that Derek's doing, just to be aware of, is he keeps slipping a little bit with the pliers, which will happen because it's quite tight wire close to the gemstone, and that will happen. It happened to me when I was trying to tweak the back of this one. But what can happen is that you can mark the wire, so just be careful doing that because you can actually make little...
Anyway, more from Laura next week. I just ruined my middle loop. Not ruined.
I think it looks great. It does, no. It does
ruined.
Look great.
It looks, it's just not quite as tight as it could be. Are you going to fix it for me?
But this is like a boiling hot piece of legend. You'd be like that.
Tension. Oh, I'm sweating like I've run a mile. Right, okay, what should we do now, Mr. Phil, while... I don't know if I'm all done for tonight now, really. I don't know if I should do any more. Right, okay, time for some black pearls now. Can I shimmy you just that way just a little bit? Thank you. We've got some black pearls now. Would go very nicely with the kit, actually. Note to self, take a square one next time.
No, you did good, because honestly, if you'd have gone for an oval one, that would have been really tricky.
Yeah.
But what it was, yours is quite a wide teardrop,
yes,
whereas mine's quite narrow. So I did cheat a little bit.
I suppose I need to do what you did as well on the back, is to create little kinks just to bring it back in a little bit, don't I? Yeah, that's what I need to do. Fantastic. You wait till I get home. Although I can't do it tonight. £7.95, can't do anything else this week. £7.95. They are brilliant, again, because they are nice uniform sizes and shapes. They will go very, very nicely with the banded onyx in the kit and also in the little faceted agate as well. I don't mean, did I say onyx in the kit? I mean agate in the kit, don't I? No, onyx.
Onyx.
Onyx agate, yeah. Depending on which kit you went for. There you go. Beautiful. Very, very nice. And they're £7.95, which is really, really lovely. And for me, they are genuine, you know, black pearls. Do you know what I mean? I realise that they are dyed, but they're more of a definitive black than they are peacock. Yes. More black agate now. Ah, now. You had the little rounds, didn't you, in the kit, the smaller rounds. Were they 4mm round? I think they were, weren't they? The faceted rounds in the kit. So how about going for 11mm round now? Sorry, if I set you a challenge there.
Yeah.
I think it was the first loop.
Yeah.
The first loop. If that's not quite tickety-boo.
But then that's part of what I said about making sure at every stage. But obviously you're doing this in a bit of a rush.
Oh, very, very
so it's
much
a
of a
different
rush.
Setup.
And that is that's a
I'm impressed, though.
meaty
it's a strong
wire
gauge, isn't it?
to get round. £4, because you can feel it instantly, work hardening. There's literally a couple of millimetres movement.
And it doesn't help when you're like this.
And you can, yeah,
because then you're heating up the wire and you're making it even hotter.
Oh, in a hot studio.
Yeah.
£4.95, there you go, plenty of excuses lined up. So I could do it at home with the window open and relax.
Just relax, just don't hug it.
It'll be fine. £4.95. Look at how many you get as well. I mean, it's a huge amount. There must be, what, 30 odd there, I would say, in that strand. Gorgeous for just making simple stretches if you want to. I mean, people often do that with beads. That's quite cute, isn't it?
Be cute with the smaller ones in as well.
Yeah.
To break it up a little bit if you wanted to.
And also, I mean, you could, you know, you were talking about those friendship macrame bracelets. Mm-hmm. They're the kind of beads that are great to get into something like that. You know, just for a different twist.
Just as a centre as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Because there are some, you know, to a certain degree, there are some predictable ones. Oh, now that's look at that. There we go.
See what that would be, because of the way you've placed your bail, that would be kind of like a floating style.
Yes, yes, because there is a bail there. Because there wasn't much wire left at the end. And look, I'll always be able to, when I'm at home, I'll always be able to do that still, as well, with a torch. Hours of fun. Hours of fun. Ah, that's great. That's another one. Exactly. Cabochons, bracelets.
There's no
stopping this boy.
Remember all the techniques you've learned.
Yeah. And will you remind me the next time we have a show that it was you that showed me? Because there was one of these guest designers. She made these beautiful lockets. Don't know who it was.
Don't know. Had to be somebody who could do wire work.
Amazing hinges. Just amazing hinges. I don't know how they did it. It was Laura. Honestly. People think I make this stuff up as well.
Oh no.
It's genuinely, that's how bad my memory is. I can't even say it's deterioration over the years. It's always been like this. Wowzers. We rarely have stones like this available. I used to sell loose gemstones on other channels. I used to have a weekly show, actually, of loose gemstones. And I don't think I ever had the opportunity. I mean, just a simple prong setting on a bigger gauge.
But something like that would be prong set, or maybe when you set, is it gallery Gary setting where you almost do like the little box surrounding around it. That would be really cool.
See if I can...
Alison does some lovely designs like that.
She does. You know, I must...
She really does. She sets them into like a lovely, like little kind of filigree scroll box set almost, and kind of just prongs them in. They look really cool.
I must work with Alison sometime.
You should try that.
I don't know what I'm trying to do. It's just the best way of showing them off. But if I put them between my fingers there...
What about pliers?
I did a loose gemstone show for years.
Borrow one,
but there you go. I just wanted to show you the top table.
About like that.
Look at that. Oh yeah, but I need the top table. That's the thing.
There's the top.
Look at that. Beautiful. That's what I wanted to show you. The clean luster. The clean, and you get 3 of those. But just imagine, because that gives you an idea as well, doesn't it, of the size this this would be. Yes. Stop it. Naughty Laura binding. Look at that. There you go. £6.95. Do you know, one of those in sterling silver wire, which, you know, if you do 2 or 3 loops on your sterling silver wire before you go for the prong setting, wouldn't you? I'm guessing. And what I'm saying is you might have a couple of grams worth of silver by the end of it. I used to do rings made up in a couple of grams of silver, or to 3 or 4 grams of silver, and they'd be about £50.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're using your sterling silver wire just to catch them, that's all you need. Straight away, you've got a high-end piece, haven't you?
It's amazing. I've never seen stones like this here at Jewellery Maker.
I've seen, I've had a set where you actually have one large one and 2 slightly smaller size ones.
Oh, so ring and an earring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Derek. It looks fat. Thank you, Brenda. That's very, very kind. Bless you. Don't ever change that telly. Don't ever upgrade it to HD. Derek, you've been brilliant tonight. It's lovely to see you working alongside Laura. Well done. Thank you, Shirley. Oh, and Pat, Derek, well done. I wouldn't try to do that on live telly, Brill. Actually, see, it's very nerve-wracking as well, because you feel this pressure to, like, at least half get it right.
But you feel like people are watching you.
I know, yeah. I never get nervous on TV. Who wanted to see me blush earlier? I think you've seen that now, twice over.
You've done good, though. You've done really well.
Not too bad, considering, as honestly, because I'm so busy with my concentration face doing what I'm doing. Laura skipped ahead 2 or 3 parts of what she's doing. I'm sort of half trying to keep an eye on her and trying to play catch-up the whole time. So...
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give Derek the materials to take another one home and have another go in less pressure.
Ooh. And then I'll... Do you know what Phil just said? Very backhanded compliment. Oh, did I say I was sad you were leaving, Phil? He said, I'm the second best male guest designer he's seen so far. It's very kind. Very kind. They are lovely for £6.95. That's ridiculous, actually. That's a steal. What does that work at? £2 something each. £2.30 something each. Ridiculous. Anila, well done, Laura, for being so patient. I know, she's very good. She's very, very good. Very good. See, she does workshops and everything. I've got to be in one of those workshops, but I think I would be the one going, Miss. I'd be the one in the corner going, Laura. Laura has 2 workshops coming up in June, by the way, and we'll talk about those. Because if you have a little look on the workshop page of Jewellery Maker, this is brilliant. I think you go to... Oh, no, what do you go to? Is it tutorial? You go to tutorials and you'll find the workshop page, and then you can choose your workshops by difficulty, by designer, and by genre as well. So whether it's... well, I've never looked in that column. Is it things like bead, wire, and things like that? And stuff like you'll see on Laura's, when we go past the calendar, so you can look at it as a calendar and see that she's got one on the 21st and 28th, then you can skip months, and then you can see the list. So she's got wirework intermediate on the 21st of June, and she's got wirework Viking knit on the 28th of June, And if you attend either of those courses, Laura Binding,
you will get a mystery goodie bag with the value of up to £40. So I spoke to Sarah and she said she's going to sort it out for you.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is very, very good indeed. So if you want to do that, you can do that via the app. We can do that via the website as well. What are we doing, Phil? Sorry. Jadeite, that's right. Thank you.
Do you want the square or the teardrop or both? Go on.
I'll take the square as well, shall I?
I'll take it all.
I think that would be good. Jadeite, hearts. Pears. Oh no, they're hearts. Do you mean these? Pears.
Oh, next to the pearls. Next to the pearls.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I can't see for looking. There you go.
Drop on my glasses.
Pears, hearts, there's a big difference. Well, a heart is two pairs together, essentially, isn't it? Ish.
No.
Yeah. 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 Look. If I put two pairs together, I'd have a heart, wouldn't I? Side by side. I know they're adventuring. I knew that. Look. If I put that and that
okay. See where you're
together,
trying to go. Kind of.
I could wire them together. It's not a jadeite bottom. Stop it. Can't believe you said that. $29.95. That is the lowest ever price, by the way. So, oh, this is the lowest ever price. Not that one. Not $29.95. Forget that. We're having a treat now because Phil's lost control. 10 minutes to go. I'll behave now. It's 10 to 8 in the morning. £21.95. Lowest ever price tag for these, and there's lots of them as well.
Sizable as well, aren't they?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Do you know you could make a little wire heart and then wire them inside the heart to make a jadeite heart?
Yeah, you could, couldn't you? I don't think I will, though. I think I'll just stick with the cabochons for now. You know what I mean? If you do that, though, successfully, make sure it's a Wall of Fame entry. Say I'm inspired by Derek. Actually, it would be really nice if at 10 to 1 one afternoon you read out a Wall of Fame entry, and it said, "Dear Jewellery Maker, I just thought I'd send this in for the Wall of Fame." Well, it's inspired by Derek and his make along and his idea of putting two jadeite pairs together to make a. Derek, you should be applauded too for trying your hand on jewellery making on live TV. Well done. Thank you, Anila. That's very kind. And Kyoto, you were brave to go straight into it without a trial with aluminium.
Yeah.
Now, would that have been lighter?
Yeah, it's lighter.
And more malleable.
Yeah. But the only downside, it's very good for practicing. The downside is the difference when you do go straight to working with a heavier gauge, you do really notice the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is a great alternative, and I think they had some on this morning, so...
I hope I can still drive the car. That'll be fine. But it is. I mean, I see what you mean. Is you just have to be. You have to. It's a bit of angles work as well in your head, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just planning it. It's just you plan every step. So before you do the next stage, you just place it in and you almost position it lightly. Yeah.
And the best thing to do is to do it. Well, obviously you can't do it. Well, you might be able to do it straight away if you've got cabochons. But the best thing to do, I think, is a few days after you get your kit or. When you want to tackle that, is to watch the YouTube video and listen up to a certain point and then pause. Yeah. Because actually
And have a little look at Derek's concentration face just to give you a bit of motivation.
Yeah, there's going to be one of those on Facebook, isn't there? I mean, intense concentration face. I looked dead serious, didn't I? Oh, God. Phil. Is that... Is it? Yeah, let's go for that. Why not? I mean, actually, we've had a lot of black gemstones lately. Let's go for the ruby. Let's go for the ruby. Why not? Oh, it's 10 to morning show if you're watching in the morning. You have got Vicky Carr. I'm going to stop doing that now. Vicky Carr. And, oh, it's Mummy Claire MacDonald, isn't it, this morning? Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
And then who's next?
That will be followed on the mid-show by presenter Hannah and Her Royal Highness Rachel of Norris, followed by the late show, which is with Vicky again in the evening. And is it you? Yes, it's you, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
So I thought Mike just said it in my ear, and I thought, is he joking or not? Shall I check? And you're back tomorrow, aren't you? You're back on Saturday. So you're going to be back in 10, 12, 6. You're back in, if people are watching in the morning, you're back in 8 hours. Mm-hmm. Wow. So you'll need some sleep as well. £8.95 for gorgeous, gorgeous ruby. Do you know why I picked this one? Because it's wonderful. It's almost like a lovely sort of pomegranate seed colour, but the shape of it is almost like a coffee bean. Yeah. Which I think is really, really nice. It's just a lovely shape.
Little marquise to me, like little marquise kind of shapes.
Well, we're calling them rice beads, and I think that's in the absence of really knowing what to call them. Do you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like it is a marquise, but it isn't, because it's
slightly rounded, isn't it? But those centre ones, those larger ones at the centre, to me, they are.
Oh yeah, they're proper sort of rugby ball shape, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's just the colour as well, isn't it?
They're lovely, aren't they?
And if you were watching, oh hello Dorothy. Best show for ages, Guy. What a love. Thank you, Dorothy. Bless you. Great. I love it here. Love it. I haven't got any more in the diary at the moment, though.
I know. Did late show tomorrow.
Sure, I'll be back. Sure, I'll be back. They did ask me about one at the weekend, but I couldn't do it, unfortunately. Wasn't yours, Laura.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Good Alison or
Although, look at my homework for the weekend. I've got plenty of homework to do this weekend.
We need to see updates on Facebook.
There will, yeah. Come and find me on Facebook. I am laughingly call myself Derek Marks TV presenter on Facebook. Don't know how I get away with it, but there you go. No one's... Oh, what did that say, Phil? Oh, you flicked it by accident. $8.95. Oh, is that it? Are we done now? Wow, what have we learnt in the last 4 hours?
Derek can't remember people's names.
Yes. We've also learnt that actually, you know, when I say I've been having a go, I'm happy to have a go. Because we've had a go twice over. I'm not going to show you the other bracelet because, you know, that's very...
It's in stage, isn't it?
My sweaty palm prints all over it. I'm gripping it so hard.
So what you got to do when you're finishing that bracelet off, you're going to...
I'll have to use some different gemstones.
Relax.
Relax, that's right. Yes, I'll have to relax.
I can give you some gemstones to finish off, it's fine.
Well, it's got a big choice here. I'll just cut one of these off and sort that. Anyway, that's the kit that you've got. Actually, you get 6 cabochons. I think there's about 96 there at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 6 there. That's right. Yeah. Can't count. Car names. Have we still got some car names? Oh yeah, we had loads of those. That's what we learnt earlier. We learnt what people called their first car.
What do you call your current car?
We learnt the clean ones. Actually, no, this one doesn't have a name.
See, you start this conversation, but you don't remember the name of the first car that you had, and you don't have a name for your car.
I should call her Dirty because she's always dirty. It's very rarely clean. I don't know why. It's because I'm up and down the motorway all the time.
Yeah, my car's white. That was not a good choice of car colour for motorway driving.
Mine's blue, but it's dirty blue all the time. Dirty Blue, there you go, there's a name. Dirty Blue. That's a great way to end the show, isn't it? There you go, on that bombshell. Wow. Thank you, Laura, as ever.
It's always a joy.
You're back on the Late Show on Saturday night with Vicky, and I will see you again soon, I hope. Well, maybe, unless anyone in authority has seen this show, in which case that's that. And I'll be back with you. I don't know when, but I'm sure it'll be soon. I always get a call saying, come on, we're desperate, we're desperate. Thanks, wonderful team, and lots of love to you. Stay right where you are. See you later.
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend $4.95 with us, you'll get a free welcome pack, which contains everything you need to get started, including step-by-step project cards and a DVD, which will give you the chance to be able to create an arrangement of different